I'm saying that anybody that files the law should be dealt with, but it will be determined by the court. It shouldn't be determined by the police or the government. And that is why I think that arrest the person, arraign him before court, and let the court deal with it. When it gets to the court also, let the court be, rules to apply to human beings here. That's what we are saying. So we are not shielding anybody. We are not protecting anybody. We are not saying the law shouldn't apply to anybody. We are saying that don't use the law to punish people ahead of the courts. That's what we are saying. At the moment, do you think it's fair? The way people are kept in jail and they are given bail bonds of 50 million, 100 million, 150, do you think it's fair? If you are arrested today and you are given even a bail bond of 1 million, are you sure you can get somebody to come to your aid? And that is not what bails are meant for. And that's what we are speaking against.
Very well said. Thank you very much.
We'll present the petition on behalf of the national
that's what I'm saying.
of the New Patriotic Party.
I think I'm going to be home. Good morning, speak.
Our colleagues from the media, the Ghana Police Service. First and foremost, we are grateful that you are here to receive our petition. We would have been happy if the IGP were here in person to receive the petition himself. However, we are very optimistic that the petition will get to him, and so would the message be transmitted to him. Our friends from the media, we have a petition for the IGP of the Republic of Ghana. As you're all aware, about 2 weeks ago, we announced that we will be having a protest against the Ghana police alongside other security agencies in the country, and also the presidency of the Republic of Ghana. We have grievances that we want to put before you, the security agencies of this country, and also the government. First and foremost, the name of our demo is Yensro Ehunahuna. And also, this is a petition by the New Patriotic Party to the office of the President and the Inspector General of Police. We have concerns that, one, there is selective application of the law in this country, which does not augur well for the building of a thriving and vibrant democracy. The New Patriotic Party handed over power to the National Democratic Congress on the 7th of January 2025 after a peaceful election and a peaceful transfer of power. However, afterwards, we have seen a pattern of harassment in the form of arrest of MPP people. In the petition, we have mentioned a number of people that the police and other security agencies have arrested for relatively unjustifiable reasons. I can mention but a few, that of Adenta Kumi, Mohamed Amadou Zakor, who only made a Facebook post, and because of that he was taken into custody. I can mention Okatachie Afifa Mensa, who was also bundled by security forces after he had finished writing an exam and taken into custody. IGP, I can also mention Gordon Asare Bediakun, a journalist, who was picked up for essentially no reason. Worst of all, we saw the police on a raid of a young man, Sir Obama. And IGP, it was sad to see that a heavily built man broke down the door of a very young man with his family without the decency of a knock and an invitation. We think that this is sordid to the democracy that we have. Also, young people were picked up because of conversation on TikTok. IGP, young people find avenues to vent out one, either their spleen or to have entertainment. We are in the new age of new media. We want to put before you that the high-handedness with which you handle these cases is very terrible. The selective application of the law has become flagrant, that everybody under the sun, even beyond the sun, can see that when NDC people do wrong, you don't treat them the same way you treat MPP people. IGP, before you is a petition signed by the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party on the threats on the life of the minority leader, Apenyo Markin, my boss here, the national organizer, Nana B, and the minority chief whip, Honorable Ado Dompre. Nothing has happened to Wahab, who is the constituency communication officer in Ibwakwa North. IG, also, we saw Chairman Azoka on live video during the Akwesia by-election assaulting our third national vice chairman, Alhaji Masahudu Buka. Mr. IGP, with all due respect, we saw a statement from your outfit that Chairman Azoka had been arrested and granted bail. Immediately that release came, Chairman Azoka released a video sitting at his base in Tamale, where I come from, with his voice and laughing. Obviously, laughing at the police. Too bad. Exposing you. Mr. IGP, I know you. I got to know you somewhere 2011 when Young Patriots, which I was a member, were going to organize the first demonstration when the MPP was in opposition. You were then the regional commander here in Greater Accra, so I know you. I fine police officer. Unfortunately, IG, we think you are going to dent your career, and if you don't watch it, if you allow politics to get into your work, you will live with a very bad legacy. I'm sure. Why have you done a demonstration? Why have you done a demonstration? Why? You don't have a reason. You don't have a reason for joining the demonstration.
I don't hear.
You don't have a reason for joining the demonstration.
Demonstration, yeah, I'm a buy a man to say a demonstration. I'm a see a man means. You must put a more the end and no more. You know that more demonstration. So I'll be saying, I know they're back.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Aldo Moro. Big thanks to the Almighty God for that rare privilege of returning here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that matter to you. I'll go straight ahead and look at the front page of the various newspapers that we have this morning, and I'll start, as always, with the daily graphic. UCC runs to a halt. 70,000 students, 4,000 staff bear G-Tech brunt. There's Justice Bafoboni nominated as Chief Justice. Ensure national access to save cost, Glyco MD. And there's appoint technocrats to serve at Minerals Commission, Professor Mike Okwe. The Ghanaian Times. President nominates Bafoboni for Chief Justice. Police retrieves stolen vehicles, arrest murder, robbery suspects, rescues trafficked victims. NPP Youth Wing protest against alleged state intimidation. Securing Africa's health in sovereignty. Let's take up our destiny, President Mahama urges colleagues. Daily Guide. MPP vets flag bearer aspirants. NDC lacks anti-Galamsey strategy. Akosua Menu. Mahama appoints Bafoboni as Chief Justice. Yensru, Ehunehuna, demo hits Accra. Boahinedu, Dr. Brady Champon clash over cocoa loan reform. The New Crusading Guide. Theophilos Ankama Ayi stands accused of causing chaos in Kwabenya. And there's Edu Pamel's Brady Champon stop stealing credit for cocoa reforms you fought against. There's Abu Yange's bribe bombshell. Colonel Tale took bribe from me. National Security Couple accused, but strongly denies an illegal mining saga. Galamsey bribery brouhaha. Colonel Tale speaks. And the Samira Bamia shows love to Nigel Gazy in his lowest moment. Ghana's naturalization laws are national security loophole. Member of the Ghana and American Bar Association petitions CID. The Insight. I am ready to serve. Unite and lead MPP. Brian declares as he completes vetting. Towards public healthcare delivery, Gold Board donates 2 million cedis to Mahama Cares. NPA boards confess with security agencies in bid to combat fuel smuggling. 1 dead. Houses burnt as chaos erupts at Denchira, Besiase. There's English Alata Kingmakers chase Prince Bruce Quay. And there's Adopt Nkrumah's vision for development. Kwesi Price calls for self-reliance over foreign dependence. SMG salutes leaders, members over successful delegates Congress. The Informer. Serene Insurance declared best growing company. Head of claims adjudged claims professional for 2024 will resist attempts to gag opposition leaders. Sami Uku declares. Mills criticizes NDC on Galamsey. Government not taking fight seriously. And there's I have documents to prove my qualification. NDC chair fights back. There's GTEG, UTAG embroiled in fight over government support. And then there's the Inquisitor. Model for financing cocoa purchase, brand exposed. There's NPA board strategizes with security heads to combat fuel smuggling. 34% of adult Ghanaians are hypertensive, cardiologist. And there's coming up, Nikwate titles Glover and Dodowa land controversy. The Herald. Petitioner chases Justice Tokonu in battle over her Supreme Court seat, restates judicial sins, insists she lacks logic. Over 44,000 security personnel to tackle Galamsey soon. Former Council of State Chair Cecilia Johnson dies at 79. And as Bafoboni set for historic 1 year as Chief Justice, friends, NDC officials, ex-military officers commiserate with Gbevlo Latte. MPA chief pledges stronger action against fuel smuggling. The Accra Times. Lordina Mahama weeps for children and women in war zones. There's rise and be future leaders. Apenyomakin charges youth. Zaneto stands by market women and drivers over CMG Abuja Markets land. Embrace sanitation, Bilsa South DC tax citizens. And there's combating fuel smuggling. MPA boss confers with security agencies. MPA CEO calls for improved infrastructure. Fight to end drug abuse. Bagbin joins Wala Traditional Council. The Ghanaian publisher Mama replaces Tokono with Bafuboni, and there's MPP marches against injustice. Bamia has real Galamsey plan, unlike NDC. Akosia Menu, Edu slams Brian over Cocoa reform glory. And there's the custodian, says CDM demands state of emergency in Galamsey areas. Stop criticizing or stop taking credit for cocoa reforms you opposed. Edu tells Brian. And then there's MPPC and Stru, Ehunehuna demo hates arbitrary government. NDC not serious with Galamsey fight. Serene Insurance, O2, grab 2 CIIG Excellence Awards. The Daily Post. Bafuboni nominated as next Chief Justice, and there's MPA boss confers with security agencies to combat fuel smuggling. Attorney General seeks Supreme Court's ruling on Tokonu's removal. Gold Board donates 2 million cedis to Mahama Cares in support of healthcare delivery. The Economy Times. BOG's sharp benchmark interest rate cut to lowered lending deposit rates, but transmission will not be immediate. Pressure mounts on government to act swiftly against Galamsey. Ghana-US deportees arrangement lawsuit filed as Foreign Minister clarifies deal. 40 more respected. The Business and Financial Times, confidence climbs as inflation falls, but weak credit growth clouds outlook. And then there's credit, guarantees seen unlocking bigger bank loans. CAG raises red flag on grains smuggling import hikes. Implement and force import quotas to save local rice industry. That's researchers' edge. All right, so that's it for the headlines of the newspapers that we have this morning. Let's check out what's on Metro TV Online. Watch this.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calcate Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger. Chicky chicky whiter. Chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel Kids. Happy smile.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
Me didn't tum Mr. Femi Kalika, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Femi once now.
Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain was key to double the action. Me did this sasso spray. Mr. Femi sasso quell. Yeah, go to my sasso. Tum preko.
Promo. Your most preferred estate partner is given a massive 20% discount on land sale. Yes, for our Founders Day promo, Estate Masters is offering this special discount for outright purchases up till the end of September 2025. This cuts across all our available sites, and upon purchase, you get to enjoy a free indenture and free site plan. Our site visits are also free, so rush now and secure a plot of land while this offer lasts. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be later?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame.
Send your God up boom. If you put it with a so would the coming of the Son of Man be.
Hey!
Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
matter how many noises are made, the law is the law.
The law binds us all, and the law is the law is the law. Those who said, and the law is the law, did not complete the sentence. The law is the law is the law. That is the sentence.
Yena Yahudida, the Koso. A penny do some Macassa, the Koso, Namonina Monitia, the Koso. Enkoye. Enkoye. Eti ye candidate New Year, then Kabum Techria 2028. Yeah, there are some Pakusi MP or Manuswa, Minimso Yakupon Way 2028 in Tabasco. A Juma MPP are buying by yeah, maybe Bresson, the Kufu Bresson. May you be a refi. Nedoso pa. Ne sab a Juma yeah, and ye bitch so Aquacoti 2 minutes 2028. Yeah, Yahudida, the Koso.
All right, you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Now this show is live on 94.1 FM. Again, we're live on satellite, we're live on the multi-TV platform, so that all you need to grab is a decoder and you're good to go. You're home and dry, you can watch the show. Also, we are live on our various digital media platforms. All you need to do is just type Metro TV Ghana and you're good to go. So Metro TV Ghana on Facebook, Metro TV Ghana on YouTube, Metro TV Ghana on IG, and Metro TV Ghana on X. And let me know how the experience is like. So my guests are here. In fact, one of them is here. He's already seated. He hasn't been here in a while, but understandably so, he was out of town. But he's back. He's more or less a bona fide participant of the show, and I'm talking about the man Collins Adomako Mensah. He's the Honourable Member of Parliament for the good people of the Efija Kwabre North constituency. I know he was watching because he thought I was going to get it. I was going to mix it up a little bit. Today, I won't. Efija Kwabre North constituency. He's here with us. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, and it's always good to see you.
Happy to be here.
Yes. Always looking very hale and hearty, eh?
Yes, I miss yourself and the crew.
Yes.
The mischievous Annie. yes.
Well, you know, she's watching you with keen interest. And I'm not sure she would be... Annie, what do you think?
My birthday is coming up. One hair. That my birthday is coming up.
Okay.
She should not show those videos that she did to me the last time.
Okay.
If she does so, I'll retaliate.
Okay.
In equal measure.
Well, she's just, you know me, I'm only a messenger. She says I should tell you that she has a surprise birthday party for you.
Even on my birthday, because of her, I will not come here.
Oh, how?
Oh, yes.
Well, you don't like birthday parties?
Oh, I know, honey.
Eh? Oh, you mean her birthday party means something, something
else? Surprises.
Hey, today, fine. You know, we'll finish on this hour.
The last time my birthday, Randy called me and said, "Oh, I need to kill you."
You mean he finished you?
He finished you. I watched it.
Wait, is this month or next month?
It's in November.
Oh, it's in November.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. We can't wait. We can't wait. But, you know, I told you earlier that you're looking very hale and hearty, looking very fit all the time. I found out how and why. I didn't know you're a very good footballer.
Oh. Yes, I am. In fact, a lot of my friends thought that football was going to be my career path.
Okay.
You know, when I was in the secondary school prefect, I was the sports prefect.
Oh, okay.
And also the captain of the school team.
Oh, I see.
And then I went to the University Commonwealth Hall. I became the captain of the Commonwealth Hall soccer team.
Okay.
And later on, I became the captain of the University of Ghana soccer team.
Okay.
So yes, football has been part of me for a very long time. I love to play. I still do. When I'm in Kumasi, I play with the old footballers at Bantama.
Okay.
Samuel Kufuor and Co, they all come around to play with me on Saturday, or I play with them on Saturdays. And when I'm in Accra, on Sundays, I play at Abilimpe. Yeah, so I do play. I play.
But what position do you play?
Oh, now, because I'm not as fit as I used to be, of course, obviously. So
age is catching
up. And apart from that, I don't exercise as I used to do.
Yeah.
When I was young, I'm a midfielder.
Oh, you're a midfielder?
When I was in school, my coach converted me from a midfielder to a ringer.
Oh, I see.
Because I had a lot of speed.
Okay.
And so I used to play on the right side of the rings. And those were quite memorable days.
Yeah.
I remember I used to play with Jerry coming home, and they used to come on campus. Sometimes we go to Nania Park to watch the famous Abedi Pele.
Yeah.
Train his team, and then the Ayu brothers.
Okay.
They used to come there, train with their dad. It was quite interesting.
Were your parents concerned that you may end up taking up football as a profession, as a career?
Yes, I think when I was in the university, I got a scholarship.
Okay.
Level 300, I got a full scholarship to Virginia Tech University in the United States of America to augment their soccer team. Normally they come during our Gusa games and all those things to select few talents and give them full scholarship. When I went there, when I got a scholarship, unfortunately, they informed me that they will have to start me from level 100. That was when my mom and my uncle was like, no, you're in level 300. You just have a year more to finish. Why do you want to go start university? Just because of scholarship. Academically, I was not that bad also. So the decision was quite easy for them to say no. They think that you should go on this particular path, at least finish university. Those were their thing. Would you be university? But after university, I realized that no. That's a different.
Did you have a manager? Were you ever spotted by a scout?
That's what I'm saying. It was these scouts that spotted us and managed to get us this scholarship.
Oh, the scholarship.
Yes,
Okay.
Virginia Tech.
So the whole idea was finish school and then continue with football.
That was the what my mom told me, but I'm sure that was just a lie. They just wanted me to finish school, continue my education.
Oh, right. So the thing about Ghana, you would have finished university and still played for under 15. Oh, this country. Will you invest you?
But those were very times. I mean, we used to go on bilateral games. University of Ghana and University of Ibadan.
Yeah.
They have a very interesting connection. So each year, I think in 2 years interval, we do what we call the bilateral games. They come here, and then we also go to Ibadan. And then I remember our trip to Ibadan by road, quite interesting. I think we drew in Ibadan. We beat them in Ghana and drew in Ibadan. And then I remember Gusa games. We won during my time. We won the Gusa games. That's the university, Ghana University games. We also won. I was part of the team that won the Gusa games. Yeah.
But as a sports enthusiast, how are you promoting sports in your constituency?
So, for the first time in my constituency, I managed to have an AstroTurf.
Oh, okay.
And it's just not a small AstroTurf. Because Randy was insisting that I should ensure that the size of the field is the standard one. So it's one of the best AstroTurfs we have in Ghana.
Really?
Very huge. It was constructed by our own friend.
Oh, Robert Coleman?
Coleman. Right. Coleman was the...
Robert is everywhere, isn't
Robert is everywhere.
Yeah, Robert is everywhere. He's watching you. He's watching
I know.
You. He'll send a message right now.
He's a favorite, one of my favorite friends.
Yeah.
So he helped put it together through the help of Ghana Gas. And then, so in my constituency, I have one of the biggest AstroTurfs in this country. Very, very modern. And when I was commissioning it all, unveiling it, I had all the big stars coming. Stephen Appiah, Coleman arranged for all the big guys to be on the show. It was very beautiful. Stephen Appiah, C.K. Akono, Mohammed Gago, Augustine Ahemfo, Amma Senegal.
Asiniwe
was there. Safu Jemfi, Kotoko Safu Jemfi, famous Safu Jemfi was there. Thomas Dia, Emmanuel Dia.
So here's the thing.
Emmanuel Dia.
I see.
All of them were there. It was a very, very beautiful location.
You can trust Annie. She's dug up these pictures.
Yes.
Quickly.
Mischief.
No, mischievous. She wants to tell the story pictorially. She's only. This is meant to complement what you're doing. So you should rather be clapping for her.
Okay, Annie, thank you.
Oh, I see. Oh, beautiful.
Yes, that's
so. Who are these?
That's a coach, Kwesi Appiah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was there. Okay. He came to support me.
Okay.
I was so excited to see him, because there were a lot of the Kotoko old players who were present. And he was the former Kotoko captain. Okay. And so he came with them, and at this point he was still the coach of Sudan.
Oh.
Yes, so we had a national team coach.
And yet he made time.
He made time.
That's how much this means.
He was there from morning till we finished. Stephen Appiah. It was a very beautiful moment. Yeah. So in terms of sports, the whole idea was to create a platform. Till date, anytime I pass by, I see the young ones playing. There's a team. There's a second division or third division team that uses the field as one of their training staff. And I know about 2 or 3 of my indigents play for that particular team. Yes. And Metro TV, he was there, the sports crew were there to capture it.
Right. Michael Odro and his friends.
Michael Odro and his friends were there. That's Safu Jemfi you see there in the middle.
Yeah.
I had Matupoku Prempe join me for the official.
Which year was this?
This was last year.
Oh, just last year?
Just last year, yes. Was there and that's Stephen Appiah. At the tail end,
yes,
you see Stephen Appiah at the tail end.
Yes.
He was last but one.
Yes.
He was the one speaking. That's Stephen Appiah.
Okay.
Yes, and I think there are quite a number of the pictures you see the other players, Augustine Ahemfo and co, who all joined for this. Was really, really a beautiful moment.
Wow.
Yeah. My love for football is on the high. Yes.
Annie said I should ask you, what was Osu Bempa doing there?
Osu Bempa?
Yes, Osu Bempa.
I don't think Osu Bempa.
MPPs.
He plays with us on Saturdays.
Oh, he plays with you?
Yes.
He's the chap I think he's the third from the left.
Yeah, from after he came before Stephen Appiah.
Yes.
He plays with me on Saturdays.
Every Saturday?
Every Saturday. When I'm in Kumasi, he comes to play also in Kumasi.
Oh, okay.
He also has an AstroTurf at Agogo.
Yes, that's where he comes from.
That's where he comes from.
Yes.
And so sometimes it's like a club. It's like a group of.
Okay.
Yes, we all play together. So he plays on Saturdays with us with the old footballers. Yes. So he joined.
That's nice.
Yes, for that particular trip. So
I hope he plays. I hope he plays good football.
He's not bad. He's not bad.
Because there's something else he's very good at. So I wanted to
just that I do better than him.
Oh, you do better than him. Okay.
Yes. Stephen Appiah was surprised when I began to play. He was surprised. He did not.
Yes.
He did not.
Yes. That's interesting.
He didn't know I could play.
Yeah.
Stephen.
So it was a pleasant surprise.
Yes. So when I touched the ball and I passed the ball, I heard him speak Ga.
Oh.
Few.
Which one did you do? Oh, that's cool.
Yes,
that's
yes,
really
yes,
nice.
yes,
That's
yes,
really nice.
yes.
But have you started producing? Is that Robert Coleman?
Yes, that's Coleman.
Yes, the chap with the sheet.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was there.
He was the thick of affairs.
Yeah, he was the contractor.
Chief organizer.
Yes.
Chief contractor and organizer. Hey, Robert Coleman. Anyway, but do you have a strategy to produce some raw materials for the national team? And I'm using raw materials in terms of players from the grassroots.
I think getting the facilities are just a first step.
Right.
Because in my constituency, most of the fields are bare, bare fields.
Of course, Sakura Parks.
Yeah, bare fields. Some have green grass, the normal green grass on them. So it was important that we begin to at least beef up the facilities, the infrastructure. Just about during the Easter, I organized some tournament also, which was covered by the Metro TV team. Yeah. And it was interesting. I realized we saw a lot of talent.
Really?
A lot of talent.
What age? 10, 12, 13, 14?
15, 16, 17.
Genuine age?
Genuine, yeah. Raw talent. It was so beautiful.
Wow.
And we had, they have this Adonko tournament. The Adonko company has a tournament that they play in Kumasi.
Okay.
Just this year, a team from my constituency in Kwantakese went to the final. They went in the final.
That's good.
And when you give them such exposures, it helps them for people to easily identify them, because during those games, you get a lot of people come around to watch them play and all that. So the first thing was put together this infrastructure. There's one lady who plays for the under-17 women's national team, who comes from a town in my constituency.
Nice.
Yes. So it's a gradual process.
Yeah, because you have a lot of talent hidden there.
It's a gradual process.
You only need to find them.
Yes, it's a gradual process, and I'm sure.
But it's beautiful, eh?
Yes,
it's a beautiful facility.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kuhlman did a good job.
Yeah.
Of course, he was doing it for a friend, so he had no option.
Yeah. No, he didn't. If it's got to be done, it's got to be done.
In fact, in the evenings, I say this, when you're in Accra, these things are quite normal.
Okay.
When you come from an area like mine, in the Fija Kwabre North constituency, and then in the evening when you enter Ahinkro, which is one of the main towns in the constituency, and you see the lights on in the field, so beautiful. It's quite interesting, and it can be used for other functions. It's available for other functions. Yes.
Of course, it's not for free.
So what they do is, because it has to be maintained.
Yes.
And so when people come from us, like that, and the second division team that uses the field, they pay some money. And the idea is to raise some funds to take care of its maintenance. Because it's artificial turf. It will get to a time there will be some works to be done. And then those monies will be used to take care of that. Yeah.
That's
in the
interesting.
center of a school, there's a primary and a JSS school.
Oh, that's the nice view. Eh?
Yes, so they are given an opportunity.
This looks like Wembley, doesn't it?
Yes, they are given an opportunity to use the field for free.
Oh, okay.
Yes, of course, for sports recreation in the school. And they are given.
But that's like your little corporate social responsibility.
Yes.
This one you can't charge.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but it look at it in the evening. It looks really nice. Wow, it's probably one of the best, eh?
Yes.
Ghana. Anyway, so speaking about your constituency, everything cool? Everything okay?
So far, so good. I just returned from the constituency a few days ago.
Okay.
Up to this morning, before I entered the studio, I've not received any distress call.
Okay.
So I suspect that everything is fine.
All right.
Of course, we still push for more developmental projects for the district. But in terms of the safety and security of the area, everything is fine. Just 2 days ago, I got information that some armed robbers attacked a few people. Now my area is like it's become a very busy road, because people use that road to Nkransa. It's closer when you use my area to Nkransa. So I've realized that all the Nkransa buses, when they pick from Kumasi, they go through my constituency to enter Nkransa. That has made it a little bit quite busy. And just about 2-3 days ago, I got information that some armed robbers attacked some passenger cars. Nobody was killed or injured, but I think they took away some of their resources. We've reported to the police. The investigation is ongoing. Apart from that, it's been quite peaceful.
Yeah. Okay. Let me say that our own uncle, Kwesi Pratt, will be joining us shortly. He's a statesman and a journalist, and there was a bit of a roadblock today when he was coming out of his house, something he had never foresaw happening, and so it sort of delayed him a bit. But he'll be joining us very, 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 very soon. We're in touch with him. The production team, Annie and her team, are in touch with him, and so he should be here. He should be with us in a few minutes, hopefully, or God willing. So, Collins, your party has also been very busy preparing feverishly for the big event, which to a very large extent will determine your performance in the 2028 elections, because your candidate, the party is good, but the candidate is as good as the party. So you want to choose a flag bearer for the next elections, and preparations are underway. Yesterday, you began your vetting, and our understanding is that all 5 have been vetted yesterday. What information are you, first of all, what's the importance of yesterday's exercise, and what are you picking? Does it look like the candidates are okay, they are fine with how the exercise was conducted and so on? What information are you picking?
Well, thank you. And as you rightly put it, this is part of the process leading up to the election of our presidential candidates. The elections committee puts out some guidelines. And the process is that, yes, you pick up your form, you file your nominations, and then you go through a vetting process. And I'm sure the whole idea of the vetting process, listening to the presidential candidates after their vetting, was just to judge their preparedness for such an important role as president. What is your vision for the country, your vision for the party? What do you intend to do for the party in terms of organization and preparing the party for the battle ahead? These are things that the vetting committee would like to have vetted their minds to. The 5 contestants, I do not foresee any challenge during their vetting process. Of course, all of them, apart from one, Mr. Duchum, who is doing this for the first time. All of them have gone through this process quite often. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Kennedy Ohine Japan, and then Mr. Brian Champon. This may be their first time going through the presidential vetting. 3 of them have gone through this process before, so I'm not too sure it's going to be a challenge. And Dr. Brian Champon has been in the system for some time, and so I'm sure meeting colleagues, people he's known for a very long time, I'm not too sure it's going to be a problem for him. Likewise, Mr. Duchum. And so I do not foresee any negative reports from the vetting committee with regards to all the 5 aspirants. But as I said, it's a way to gauge their preparedness for the task ahead. And it's going to be a very difficult task. The party will be relying on them for resource mobilization, on their organizational skills, their preparedness to work together as a group. And during these vetting processes, they are pushed to the wall to commit to abide by the rules and regulations of the game and to commit to work together as a team, irrespective of who emerges as the winner. My understanding that yesterday was very smooth. Of course, there were a lot of party supporters who thronged the venue to support their individual candidates. But my understanding was that the process was quite smooth. It didn't take too long to complete the whole process. I'm sure the vetting committee will be releasing their report anytime soon. And I suspect, barring any unforeseen circumstances, that all 5 will be cleared to contest the January 21st, 31st elections.
I see. And you walked us through what would be termed as what the vetting committee will be looking out for. So you talk about vision, and you talk about your plans for the party and so on and so forth. Now, there are others who also feel that beyond just asking the basics, as you said, plans for party, plans for government, just like you go for normal interviews, if you're interviewing for a job, or you're applying for a job and you're being interviewed, where they look at moral integrity, things you may have said in the past. These days, prospective employers are even going on people's social media handles and looking at what they've said and so on and so forth. And all of those things will feed and impact and inform the kinds of questions that you'll be asked. Do you think that political parties must get there so that we don't just do the mere basics of asking plans for party, plans for government, and so on, and that you may even have to go to the point of asking people to diagnose a certain problem because you want to be able to assess people's critical thinking skills, people's ability to identify problems and how to proffer solutions for them and so forth. Because leading a political party, it's not a joke. It's tough. What do you think?
I'm sure, as I said, I was not in the vetting room, but I'm sure questions like how would you tackle this particular issue would come up. I don't think it's out of place for people who want to leave the country to be asked questions like that. What is your opinion on this matter? I think those things will come up. As to what somebody has said in the past, well, that would be the person's own duty to explain to the vetting committee what he meant by what he said at the time, based on the circumstances that those things were said. And we are going into an election. I believe the delegates will also be analyzing statements that have been made in the past by all the aspirants, individual aspirants. And I'm sure it's going to form part of the basis for the delegate to take a decision as to who they think should lead them. Morality is quite, I'm trying to get the right word.
It's tricky and complex.
Yeah, what you see as moral, someone might see it as immoral. So somebody might say something in the past that you moral may think that, nah, this thing is not good. Others may see it as quite okay. But as I said, I leave that to the conscience of the delegate to decide whether someone is morally fit to lead the party to an election. That for me should be left to the delegate to decide on that. I think the vetting committee normally will be looking at the person's qualification. The Constitution is quite clear. Have you paid your taxes? Are you, when we're going for our vetting, even to be a member of parliament, the party will take you through a certain process just to tick certain boxes. Are you a dual citizen? Do you have any, do you hold any citizenship outside, apart from Ghana? All those things will have to be checked because of history. Have you paid your taxes? Can you give us your tax clearance certificate? All those things will come up. Are you above age of 40, which the Constitution also states? All these things will have to be discussed. And I'm sure, as I said, knowing the five and the kind of work they've done for the party over the years, I'm not too sure any of them is going to have a challenge, for failing or complying with all the things that will be required by the vetting committee. I get your drift, whether political parties must, at this point, delve more into the thinking beyond the surface.
Yes.
Well, the party I belong to, and from what I know, the delegates don't make mistakes.
No, but
when I say they don't make mistakes, I mean they are quite sure of who they want to lead, who they wish to lead their political party.
Must we leave that only to the delegates to decide?
Well,
why can't the vetting committee decide?
But I'm sure
that we're putting it to you that yes, in terms of A, B, C, D, you are more than qualified. But in terms of X, Y, Z, we're sorry.
I'm sure the vetting committee has that, is close to that power to disqualify somebody.
Yes.
But I'm saying that.
But do they have the kahunas?
But I'm saying that from the five I see, they've gone through this process quite a couple of times. I'm not too sure any of them is going to fail a vetting committee process. The five that I've seen, Mr. Brian Champon, Sedu Chum, Kennedy Japon, Dr. Baumia, and Kwabene Japon. Kennedy Japon, Dr. Mamu Baumia, and Kwabene Japon are doing this for the second time. They've done it before. They've gone through the same vetting process before. So I'm sure they would have ticked their boxes before entering the room to ensure that everything is in place. I don't foresee anybody being disqualified at this particular point in time. We have just about two months to go for the elections.
Do you know why this matter has come up? This matter has come up because, there are some people of the opinion that political parties must take more seriously the character, temperament, the persona, personality, and so on of persons who aspire to lead you in the future. Because what it will do is that if you know that tomorrow you would want to lead your political party, you're extremely cautious and careful with your comments, with the public commentary, because just when you think you're hurting your party, you would soon realize tomorrow that you're hurting yourself.
And I'm saying
because
that
those things will be played back to you.
And I'm saying that the delegate will decide on that.
Yeah, my only point, and again, I'm asking whether this exercise must be left to the delegates to undertake, or the vetting committee should be morally clothed and even legally clothed with the powers to say that because of A, B, C, D that you have done in the past, we're sorry, we cannot allow you to go. And how it would make your own political party look in the eyes of the public. Optics.
I get you, but...
Some people go through the vetting and some Ghanaians will say, hey, big NPP.
But
do you get the point I'm making?
I get the point you're making, but I'm saying that the 5 people who picked up the forms, who are going through the vetting, we know them. We know their character. We know their stature in governance, in politics. I'm not too sure any of them will fail the test that you are talking about.
All right.
I believe that all of them will sail through. And then the decision as to whether somebody is fit to lead the party or not is left to the delegates to decide on that.
Now, if you want to appreciate how seriously your party takes this, I'm talking about the integrity of persons who are aspiring to lead your party and even the integrity of the process, and how to properly safeguard it. You have formed an ad hoc committee, remember? And I think it's led by one Dr. Kwesi Abiesi, who is chairing that committee. And the committee's mandate or mission is simple, which is that watch the utterances and the general demeanor and character or behavior of these aspirants, and basically rein them in or bring us a report, and then we can take a decision. Doesn't that tell you how seriously the party takes this whole matter of people's character and behavior?
I don't have a problem with people's character. It's important. We are going to an election.
In fact, let me even add this. So Dr. Brede Champon was asked the same question about what his thoughts about the ad hoc committee. And what he said was, it's a good idea. But these pot shots, this give and take, and now you come from here, you didn't get this, and you're that and this. And these things, he said these things are normal, and that the ad hoc committee should expect more. That's what he said.
Well, I listened to his interview.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. And when they asked him about some jabs.
Yes,
And he said, in politics, you should expect jabs. Just that you should make sure that the jab does not hit so hard to make it difficult for you to reconcile with the person afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes, that's because as for jabs, in politics, you get jabs here and there. But I agree with him that the jab should not go beyond a certain limit. To an extent where it will be difficult for you to approach the person after the contest. Because after the contest, we all have to come together to execute an agenda. For me, the 5 that have picked up their form, I think morally, I don't see any strong justification for them to be disqualified on the basis of morality. I think all 5 are well qualified and well positioned to lead our party. The delegates, as I know, and I keep saying this, they've never made a mistake. I believe that at the end of the day, they'll choose someone that they believe that is in the interest of the political party that we belong to.
Okay, so we can only wish everybody the best.
Yes.
So what it means is that once you qualify for the vetting, you are
not cleared.
You're not cleared.
You're cleared, yes, after vetting.
So now we're going to see a proper campaign.
The campaign has already started.
Yes, but
because
is it going to be escalated?
It will. As it gets closer, the heat will get hotter, which is normal. It's normal. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says he's in the eastern region today. Honorable Kenneth Japan, I know, has been to Western North, the Bono areas. I think he cut short just to come and do his vetting. I'm sure he also go back onto the campaign. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said he's not leaving any stone unturned. He's not taking anything for granted. He's going onto the field to appeal. He was in Kumasi just like three weeks ago to meet the constituency executives. He's now going to zoom in to meet the delegates. I know Honorable Brian Champon has met almost all the constituency executives and has sold this idea to them. I've seen Cabinet Japan also going around in the Greater Accra region doing a store. It's Honorable Edichum that I've not seen. But all of them have started their campaign very well. And let's see how it goes. But I believe that at the end of the day, the delegates will make their right choice.
We're going to take a break, but let me ask this. Do you foresee a situation where whoever would win this competition would win with a landslide? Or you think that it looks a little tight, even though one person...
They would have a clear winner.
A clear winner?
Yeah, I mean, it's 51%. You know,
but
get a clear winner.
Don't you think that the numbers or the percentage that you garner also matters? It's not as simple as just win.
The most important thing is to cross that bridge. Any person who gets 50% and above is a winner.
You don't need that moral legitimacy.
If the person gets more than 70%, so be it. We thank God for that.
Yeah.
But I say what is important is for us to have a winner.
Okay. Yeah. Once you have a winner, it's enough. It suffices.
It's a winner. It's a winner.
I see. You don't foresee a second round?
No.
You don't foresee it?
I don't.
Are you aligned?
Absolutely, I'm aligned.
Okay. You tell us who you're aligned to.
I don't mind. I've said it publicly, so it's not a problem.
It's public record.
Yeah, I've said it publicly.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me say that our one and only uncle is here, and he's an elderly statesman and also a journalist, Mr. Kwesi Pratt. And it's very unusual. Uncle Kwesi is always here. I mean, before 7, and so what we're told today there was a problem. Uncle Kwesi, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And good to see you as always. What was the challenge? I'm told there was a roadblock.
Well, first of all, let me apologize for coming late. You know, I normally use a Abofu.
Okay.
Then village, whatever it's called, and then join the main road.
Okay.
I drove all the way to the end of the Abofu road, and it was blocked.
Wow.
And there was no sign that it was blocked. So I now had to come back all the way, go through Achimota School, and you know what the traffic is like. Use the Accra Girls Road. That held me up for about 1.5 hours.
Whoa.
So I'm sorry. I mean.
Yeah. Our viewers kept asking where you were.
I'm really sorry.
Yes, we had to reassure them that you'll be here.
Well, I mean, when Collins is here, I have to do everything
possible. So before you join us, we're going to take a break. Before you join us, we're having a little chit-chat about the MPP's vetting. They vetted their aspirants yesterday, 5 of them, and but generally, according to Mr. Collins Adumako, they are all saying that vetting went well. And I asked him the question about whether we should be raising the standards a little bit beyond just what's your plan for party, plan for government, but also be looking at stuff that people have done in the past, comments that people have made in the past, you know, and be asking them to either justify or, you know, explain the things they said. And if they can't, based on that basis, which the party should be able to feel free to disqualify them beyond just surface things about, you know, plans for party and government. And he says to some extent he agrees, but he thinks that the delegates should be taking a decision, should be looking at the moral character, the moral integrity of the person and deciding whether they want that person to lead the party or not. And that's if the vetting committee is unable to do so. So that was a conversation we're having before you joined us. So we'll take a break. When I come back, I'll ask what you also think about that, whether we should go beyond surface things and drill a bit down on getting to know people's real conduct and integrity when it comes to, because they want to lead a political party. So stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana. Please don't go anywhere.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Wabedum time aso. Hey, J. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Mekwaya mabesisia. Abozege. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I tell me. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji, Dabio, baby wom. Everything. Hey, baby wom. Uncle. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Ah. Uncle. Sorry, well, uncle, where would I die? Why your funeral? At your phone for Aerofield Trading. Sorry, it killed them all.
No mum share nanda danya was mosquito call is to do womunumu. Na say spray with them musa. Chaisima a dronum and sana ko dynamo.
And Kratoi FDA Ajatum.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Go be the luckiest. Go be from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
God Kwame!
Send your God down boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
The reason why one who say all former MMDCs are aligned to DMD, a very simple reason. You are a good man. You are simply a good man. The reason why I mean, for the past 8 years, Majina Wachi, Mata Wachi Nina, very simple. You are a very good man. You have a good heart. And yet, presidential candidate. And a vice president to be and I said the offer phone friend or better phone no anywhere didn't come up. Waho Brasientino, we will give you more than 80% of the vote in this zone. Said the Aminian Kayan, Abana Yekwakotono, and your Dr. Mahmoud Abba and Yekwakoto. And your me Abana Yekwakoto. And to Waha, who your constituency executive. Na umpe uwe kwasema misreo. Fami bone cheme. Baumienti, ou de fami bone cheme. Se Waha, na se MPBA ya obone. Delegate biya ya obone wakaka sebia enye woda. Dr. Mahmoud Baumian Hudonti, Mesre, Mumfanche. Na yenyi na yenko twabano enfama papay. I know him. I've worked with him. I believe him. He's a good man. Thank you very much.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro TV. I have here with me the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Efija Kwabre North constituency. I'm talking about the man Collins Aduma Komensa. He's here. He's also a former Deputy Energy Minister. Mr. Kwesi Pratt is also here. He's an elderly statesman and a journalist. Now, obviously, before we went on that, we took that breather. I was talking to you about the issue of raising the standards when it comes to how we vet persons who are aspiring to lead us in whatever capacity, especially when it has to lead a political party and becoming president. Well, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think the first observation I want to make is simply this, that in the 2028 elections, people will be looking at the state of the political parties, in addition to who the candidates are.
Right.
And I'd be surprised if there's anybody in the NPP today who thinks that the party is in top shape. It's not. The party has many problems, a lot of repair work to do. So the selection of the candidate has to be coupled with attempts, to rebuild the party, to reshape it, and so on. And I don't think that a lot is being done on the question of rebuilding the party, rebranding the party, having a party which appears to be focused on the essentials, which are the welfare of the people of Ghana, the development of national infrastructure, and so on. It's not happening. Now, if that doesn't happen, whoever is elected will be handicapped. And there are very prominent people in the party who have said that. Indeed, one of the people who has made that comment is Mr. Kwame Pianing, who has said that the party risks becoming like the CPP. You understand? There is also Mr. Paul Afoko, who has emphasized the need to rebuild the party. He says that is the most important thing for the party. There are people like Dr. Nyaho Tamakro, many others, who have said that building the party perhaps is far more important than selecting a candidate. And that if you build a viable party, the weaknesses of the candidate will be overshadowed by the strength of the party and so on. So that's one comment. Now, the second comment has to do with mixed messaging. There's a lot of mixed messaging, For example, there is Kennedy Akom-Prekum, who in one breath says he wants to follow Nkrumah's example, and another breath wants to follow the so-called Asian miracle. Now, those two examples are not the same. The Asian example really is the pursuit of the new liberal order. Whether it has been successful or not is another matter, but it's the pursuit of the new liberal order. Nkrumah's example is an example which is based on nationalism to some extent, Pan-Africanism and socialism. So the two are not, you can't follow the two examples. That's a huge problem, you understand? And then, in the attempt also to abandon what happened before, in the last 8 years or so, there's some element of mixed messaging. You take Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In one breath, he's apologizing profusely for the failures of his administration. And he admits that all of them are responsible for those failures and so on, And then in another breath, he's saying, vote for me because I was vice president in that administration and we did so well. Which is which? You either failed or you succeeded. You understand? Now I'm wondering how anybody today can be saying that those 8 years were years of success. Because if they were, why is he apologizing? So that's a problem.
But isn't that to say that despite the successes we've chalked, we also admit that we made certain mistakes, and so we're sorry for that. We're sorry about that.
But that's not what he said.
I'm thinking that's perhaps
or maybe that's what he meant.
That's what he meant, perhaps.
But if a presidential candidate is unable to communicate what he means, then you have a problem.
Okay. Fair comment.
Then you have a problem. You know. So there's a lot of mixed messaging. Then there is Mr. Brian Achampo, and I listened to him very closely yesterday, and he was asked about the fact that he's been throwing jibes at other candidates. And he says, well, that's campaigning, it's going to continue. I mean, if they hit me, I'll hit them back. So that suggests that the extent to which the party wants to build a certain harmonious relationship between the candidates and so on is threatened. If they're going to hit and hit back and so on, then there's a problem. Okay. Now, he himself has received a jolt. You know, he claimed that the arrangements for cocoa purchasing and so on were done by him. Other people have come out, including this guy who was at the cocoa board.
Mr. Edu.
Edu.
Joseph Boahin Edu.
Joseph Boahin Edu. To actually tell him bluntly that he's a liar. You know, he just said he's a liar. I mean, that he was vigorously opposed to that arrangement in cabinet and therefore cannot claim credit for it and so on. I mean, that's a huge, problem. Now, he also presents himself as the money bag. At a time when people are worried about the influence of money in our politics, and people are looking for ideas and so on. So again, that presents as a problem for him and also, for the party. Interestingly, Kwabena Japan doesn't seem to be making the waves at all. If I'm mistaken, you can tell me.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, this morning I've been listening to radio, I've been listening to an analysis of the vetting process and so on, and he doesn't feature much, And he, in the competition for the 2024 flag bearership, sounded to me as one of the most articulate, and honest, persons in that campaign. He, at that time, was able to stand up and say, look, we have done many things which are wrong. We need to change if we want to win elections and so on. Not many candidates were able to do that. So he sounded to me as somebody who was quite honest and so on. And then again, he had a vision of Ghana, which was interesting. Right-wing, but interesting. So what do I take from yesterday's vetting? There's a long way to go for everybody. And Collins knows his party better than I do. And he says that, look, there's likely to be a third round. I won't argue with him on that.
I didn't say that.
He says he doesn't foresee a third round.
Oh, you think it will be an outright win?
Yes.
I don't foresee.
That's what he foresees.
That is mine. I don't foresee a second round.
Interesting.
Yes.
But there are others who see the possibility of a third round. And if we get into a situation where there's a third round, I think that would be saying goodbye to Dr. Bawumia.
You mean a second round?
A second round,
yes.
Thank you. A second round. Thank you very much. I mean, that certainly would be, the turn where Bawumia will receive his goodbye.
Why?
Because if you watch the campaign, it does appear that there's more between the other candidates working together than working with him.
Okay.
It's clear. I don't see how somebody like Kennedy Akompre-Kun, if there's a second round and he's running against Dr. Bawumia, would not get the votes of many of the others against Dr. Bawumia. I don't see how that's possible. You understand? So whatever it is going to be an interesting race. But you see, you cannot do an assessment of the contest within the New Patriotic Party without looking at what is happening in the National Democratic Congress. It's important. These apparently are the two strongest political parties. I mean, there's a long way to go, more than 3 years to go. It is possible to get another force emerging, just in the realm of possibility, to get another force emerging. But as of now, these are the two major contending, forces. And one advantage which the National Democratic Congress will have, which you cannot dispute, is the fact that it is the incumbent party. That's a strong advantage, you understand. Also, so far, its performance in the area of the economy appears impressive. Look at all the indicators. Look at the rate of inflation. Look at the exchange rate of the cedi and so on. Look at projects which have been launched, not completed though, but launched. I mean, if the big push, for example, is successfully implemented, it gives them a huge boost and so on. But then in addition to that, we also have to begin to look at the possible candidate who may emerge. Now, the NDC has a problem. It is in power. It has a president whose term ends, in 2028. That president...
In fact, in 2029, January 7th.
Yeah, but there'll be an election in 2028.
An election, yes.
Okay. But the point I'm making is that president necessarily, from all the suggestions, has to be looking at establishing a legacy.
Right.
The people in his administration, the people who work around him, cannot be spending their time now frolicking about their ambitions and so on, because it's a distraction from the objective, the main objective. So that's the problem within the National Democratic Congress. There are some interesting permutations, taking place there, very interesting permutations. I've seen the survey, which was conducted by Musa Dankwa. I think it's too early yet, but he's done some survey which suggests that Mr. Haruna Idrisu, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, is the favorite, but favorite to 26%. That doesn't tell us much. 26% doesn't tell us much.
Yeah.
Understand? And then Johnson Asidu Nketia second with, I think, around 24%, which also doesn't tell us much, and so on. I think that whoever will pick in the National Democratic Congress will pick much, much later. And it is important to go easy, on looking at the National Democratic, Congress and so on. Whatever it is, at the end of the day, what are we looking for? We are looking for a political party which will break with the past. Because the path of neoliberalism that we embarked upon vigorously from 1983 has been disastrous for this country. And indeed, both political parties have pursued that path, to some extent. Some more extensively than others and so on. But that's the path we have been on. And I think that it's important to secure a paradigm shift going forward if you are to make significant changes. There are key things that a lot of people will be looking at. And one of the key things happens to be the fight against Galamsey. And if you look at the fight against Galamsey, so far, the results have not been impressive.
Okay.
They were not impressive in the NPP era.
Right. We'll get there.
Still not
in fact, it's one of the topics we'll look at again. I mean, we've been talking Galamsey in the last few months, and we'll still talk about it today on the show. So let me.
But there's one thing that is interesting.
Okay.
I think that Collins is the best person to deal with that issue. I mean, this campaign slogan, Aka 9P.
Yes.
Where is it coming from? I mean, how does that make sense? Maybe you are the only one who can explain. There was an election. One candidate got 50-something%. The other candidate got 40-something%, 41% or thereabout. And the candidate who got 49% says, Aka 9P. So the one who got 50-something%, what is he to say? I mean, as if things are static. We are not moving. You understand? I think that's a campaign who doesn't make any sense at all. That's a slogan who doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You know, when we broached this topic about the MPP's vetting, the idea was not to look at what's happening on the other side, but it's also important, as you said, because these are the two dominant political parties, and what they do would shape directly or indirectly what happens to this country. Do you foresee, or do you think that whoever the MPP chooses on 31st January 2026 will to a very large extent determine the choice of the delegates when the NDC also, when they conduct their presidential primaries?
To some extent, there will be some influence.
Why so?
Whether that is going to be a big influence or a small influence, I cannot tell. But there certainly will be some influence. The character, the mode of the NPP's choice would influence the choice in the NDC, no doubt at all. I mean, if the NPP were to choose a Buga presidential candidate, I quite suspect that the NDC would want to choose somebody who would be able to match, that candidate, There's quite a problem with the fact that it's a contest of political parties. It's also a contest of individuals at a certain level.
Right.
And I think that is going to be extremely, important. But be that as it may, there are very interesting times ahead. I believe very, very strongly that one of the key reasons why the MPP lost so massively, the second worst electoral defeat in the history of Ghana, throughout our history. This is the second time a party has lost, as they say in local parlance, poto, like this. You understand? And I believe that one of the reasons is that the MPP isolated itself. You understand? It fought against everybody and anything. This fight against Nkrumah, for example, I think was a reckless fight, and it cost them a lot. Because if you look at the results of elections since 1992, you would find that those who have won elections somehow, made efforts to be seen as unifiers, especially between the Dankwa-Buzia tradition and the Nkrumah tradition. If you take the Kufuor campaign, Kufuor went to the great extent of actually erecting billboards with Nkrumah's photograph for his campaign. He went into the Great Alliance with the CPP and so on. That gave it a certain strength, a certain coloring and so on. Nana Akufo-Addo did not do that, but his history spoke loudly for him. He was a card-bearing member of the Convention People's Party.
Yes.
And not just that, he belonged to the most radical wing of the Convention People's Party. So a lot of people said, look, he's one of us, and so on. It helped him quite a lot. Now, when you come to Dr. Bawumia's campaign, it was very, very antagonistic. So the MPP managed to isolate itself, and I think that's one of the problems that the MPP suffered in the last elections.
Okay.
Now, the other thing that for me is important is the fact that having lost so massively, the question arises whether 4 years is sufficient to claw back, some of the gains. And it seems to me that 4 years is a very short time. It may not do the trick. Remember that when President John Dramani Mahama lost the elections, he lost the elections with close to 1 million votes. Okay. By the second election, by the next election, look at what happened. Parliament was almost split into two, which meant that the NDC was regaining its momentum and so on. But it took 8 years for the NDC to arrive at the point where it could win the elections. So I'm just wondering whether 4 years is sufficient time to claw back, some of the losses that the NPP has suffered as a result of its campaign method and messaging in the last elections, and also its performance in government.
Right. Collins, you have something to say, or we should just move on?
Well, he Ankwesi talk about rebuilding of the party. That process has started. We understand that one of the important elements to regaining power is to position the party in a certain light. One of the key issues we've had over the years is the constant call by a majority of the party people to the effect that they have been taken out of the selection process of our leaders. And so we went to a conference. Conference has expanded the electoral college to ensure that more party members take part in decision making. That is part of the rebranding process and repositioning the party. So yes, I understand Ankwesi when he says that the candidate may be strong, but you need a strong machine to move the candidates to success. And that process, I can assure him, has started. He mentioned notable people as Mr. Kwame Pienim, who the last time I was here did indicate that he's taking steps as an elder statesman of the party to even meet all the potential aspirants. And I'm sure that process is part of his efforts to ensure that the party is repositioned in a certain direction. My advice is that people like Mr. Nyaho Tamaklo, Mr. Paul Afoko, as he mentioned, join forces with people like Mr. Kwame Pienim to assist in putting the party at its right position as they want it to be. Because anytime they speak, they talk about rebuilding the party. I think they should form part of the process of rebuilding the party. Always being on the sideline and criticizing does not put the party where they want it to be. And just as Mr. Kwame Pienim has done, by inviting all the potential candidates to a meeting and advising them and guiding them on the way forward, I think notable people like Mr. Nyawota Maklo, Mr. Paul Afoko, and all those people who hear on radio all the time, criticizing the party, they can do same by channeling their effort to help rebuild the party and reposition it to a point where they feel the party should be.
But they are not members of the party as we speak.
No, you can say so. I'm coming.
Okay.
Mr. Paul Afoko on a radio interview just 2 weeks ago was very clear that he's still a member of the party.
Oh.
Yes. I listened to him.
When did he rejoin?
Oh. He has never been excluded from the party. A suspension does not mean an expulsion.
Okay.
And indeed, even
that's true.
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
Does not mean an expulsion. And he himself, on an interview,
You are suspended for 8 years.
You're still a member. He himself, on a radio interview, did indicate that he's still a member. My point is that just as Mr. Kwame Pienim has taken steps, although he has been criticizing the party and wanting the party to be rebranded in a certain position, he has taken a bold step and meeting the potential candidates to ensure that where he wants the party to be, he's advising that process. So I'm just saying that the others who you mentioned, Mr. Paul Afoko and Mr. Dr. Nyawota Tamaklo, should do same by being behind the scenes and shadowing or shipping the ship or guiding the ship to a position where they want it to be. That for me should be where they should channel their efforts to, not just that all the time on radio, on television, criticizing the same political party they say they are members of. That I don't think is the right way to go. Mr. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia apologized. In fact, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not the only person who has apologized. All the candidates, I've listened to Mr. Kennedy, I've listened to almost all of them, apologizing to the delegates for one thing or the other that we did wrong. I don't think there's any problem with apologizing. That a political party is supposed to do something, it couldn't do it. So it's apologizing to its members that going forward will take steps to correct our wrongs. I don't think that is to mean that we did not perform well. You can perform well, but in certain aspects you did not do well. There's nothing wrong in apologizing for areas that you fell short. I don't think that means that the communication or the message being put out there is different. I don't think so. Mr. Kennedy Japan talk about the China model. To be very frank with you, I don't know the model, but I've listened to Kennedy Japan over his campaign period, and his theme has always been about job creation. I think he's been consistent with that. about the fact that he feels that we should assist. He feels that he has the experience, having shepherded some businesses to a certain level. He feels that he is in a position to assist Ghanaians to get more jobs, more employment. And that has been his team all this while. Right. And I think he's been consistent with that team.
Right.
With that team. So I don't see the difference in the communication. Of course, we have a long way to go. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
If we elect our candidate in January, the election will be held in December 2028. It's a long way to go.
Right.
Our party took a decision that, judging from where we are at this particular point in time, it's better to have a candidate as early as possible, so the candidate can be focused, the party can be focused. Now we're having competition.
Right.
A lot of the things that is happening in this government that is wrong, we're unable to criticize and talk about it that much. We are here today, this morning, it's almost an hour, all we are discussing the party. So I'm sure that if we have our candidates, there will be more time to discuss the real issues. You get the point I mean? The real issues. Ankwesi was right when he said that he's not seen us proposing a certain position. That is true. It's because everybody is clouded with this whole campaign. And I can assure Ankwesi, when the elections are over and we have our candidates, the party now will begin to put together the party structures. Don't forget that right after that, we are going to have our polling station, constituency level. Then, latest by the end of next year, or the middle of next year, we have a strong party which has completed all its internal elections. Then we focus our attention on governance issues. So I can assure Nkwesi, that position that he wants to see the party take will come. For now, there seems to be some jostling for positions. When that is done, I can assure him that we will focus our attention on the governance issue. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going through a very difficult time now. He's 8 months into his governance, or 9 months. It's very clear to everybody what is happening in the NDC. And rightly so, he said that you cannot discuss the NPP without discussing the NDC's potential candidate. As we speak now, it's very clear. The chairman is on the thank you tour, personal thank you tour. We all know that he's going to contest. He has made it clear to everybody. I've seen his social media handles. He's ready to contest. The chief of staff, today, he attends every social gathering. Every social gathering, from joggings to picket fits, he does everything.
Well, what's wrong with that?
But you know him already. Where you see him on jogging fit? Now he's all over the place. It is very clear to everybody his preparedness. He's getting himself ready to contest. Mr. Haruna Idrusu, just the last election, the primary that went on in Tamale South, also Tamale North, Mutale's constituency. You are a journalist. It was a clear competition between Haruna's faction and the other faction. Of course, Haruna won. He's the king of the North. Nobody has any problem with that. So, Mr. Mahama himself, His Excellency, has a problem. He's being distracted by key elements within his cabinet, jostling for power. As I speak to you now, the voter caucus have put together a candidate. Mr. Ahiafo's picture is all over the place. Yes, I'll show you the pictures. Ahiafo's picture is all over the place. Yes, go to Western region. As I speak to you now, Amakofi Boa is getting ready. So it's going to be a very interesting fight. For now, it's in the turn of the MPP. Everybody's talking about it. It will be done by January. And I can assure Nkwesi that by the middle of next year, all internal contests will be done. And the focus now will be on the NDC. And we'll see how they're also going to manage their process, especially with what is happening now within these 8 or 9 months. Everybody's seeing it. So we're going to see. He said our candidates will determine who leads the NDC. He used a very interesting word. If the MPP elect a Buga candidate, I'm sure he said so on a lighter note, yes.
No pun intended.
Yes, yeah, of course. Yes. So the point I made, for me, I don't see any Buga candidate among us, among our candidates. All our 5 candidates, as far as I'm concerned, are decent people. These are people who have lived their lives well, businessmen, some are career politicians, you know. And I believe very strongly, if I look at the people jostling for power within the NDC, I say Dunketia, Julius Debra, and now the Central Region is bringing at all. I hope you've heard it. It's all over the place. Yes. You see, I have heard it. In fact, I'll show you Jaina next picture. I'll show you right now where his posters have come out. About Umoye. It is there. It is there. So just as the NPP is going through a certain tough time now, when we get our candidates and all internal elections are ready, I can assure Nkwesi, we are going to give the alternative as he wants now. Because it's rightly so. He says he wants to hear us speak on issues that is different from what is happening now. I'm saying that party position will come. For now, everybody is, as I said, is jostling for power and jostling for positions. We will be done very soon, Nkwesi. And we're going to make our point very clear.
Yeah, this thank you tour and this keep fit clubs that we keep seeing, that we're seeing. Is it an exaggeration for those who say that it amounts to jostling for power, or these are normal things?
Let me comment on this and then you can come in.
He's asking me to comment on it and say I should stop for you to comment. Why? Why should I stop for you to comment? Give me one good reason why I should stop.
He stepped in when I'm not finished.
Yes. So allow him to land. Then I can bring Nkwesi in. Yeah, you land.
It's only me that Nkwesi will get this.
I know.
I mean, the question you are asking, I'm sure you're a journalist. You are trying to be mysterious. It's clear.
What is clear?
Mr. Johnson said, get here. He's selling himself to the delegates.
No, but listen, have you listened to the reason?
What reason? That when we were doing the campaign, I went here, this one went. Okay, during the campaign, you know Jane Nana Mensah, the vice president, His Excellency, Her Excellency. Do you know that she was also on a certain tangent? So Jane now start thank you talk. Is that what I'm talking about? So Jane should start a thank you talk. Jane, His Excellency, Her Excellency should start a thank you talk, and then the chairman will start a thank you talk. Please. It's clearly preparing himself for the presidential race.
So the picture that you talked about, this is it?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Now,
I'm told it's been posted on a page called the Ogwa.
Thank you.
Cape Coast Ogwa page. Or
yes, she can.
But how do you know if she's behind this?
Yes, she can. For President 2028.
Yeah, she may not even be interested.
Oh, please.
Okay.
You see, for a fact, 5 people went for vetting at the NPP headquarters yesterday. That's a fact.
Yes.
That's not speculation.
Yes.
For a fact, yesterday, Brian Achampong made a statement to the effect that for as long as he's attacked, he reserved the right to hit back. And that is campaigning.
That's true. But Brian Achampong did not stop there. He said that hitting each other.
Do you want to talk for me?
No.
Then please, will you keep quiet?
So because you stop somewhere, you may not, because what he said was that the jabs will come. However, we shouldn't jab to an extent where it becomes difficult to reconcile. He ended that way.
Right.
Yes, I think it's important that you have that aspect.
That's true.
When you say that
you jab and jab. You are going to be acting as my spokesperson on this platform. Is that what you want to do?
No, I'm going to say no.
Would you then allow me to make my own statements and make my own arguments?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Yeah. So I'm saying that all of those things happen. It's not based on speculation. That's reality.
Yes.
But this never, I saw some poster on social media and so on. It's speculation.
Yes.
It's not fact. You understand? Yes. It's just pure, unadulterated speculation. Okay? I've heard Mr. Johnson Asedu Nketia, and I actually, based on what he said, wrote an analysis saying that it is too early for anybody to declare their candidacy in the NDC, and that all of them should focus attention on helping the Mahama administration to succeed. He's made that statement publicly. Okay. I've heard Mr. Julius Debra also make the point that, look, he is not vying for anything now, and that his major responsibility now is to assist the Mahama administration to succeed. I'm sure you've all heard those statements. As for Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, I mean, I would be shocked to the marrow if she's involved in what you just, put on the screen.
Why?
Because I can't say that she's not interested in advancing her political career, but I know that her prime dedication has been to make this administration a success. And she has deliberately refrained from getting into the fray, from jumping into the fray, you know. So I know. And then I know something else. Every election season, you see the number of posters which are thrown on social media. You know what happens with all kinds of statements. We know that. I mean, that's not new. It's an old trick. We know it, you know, to excite controversy and so on. So as far as I'm concerned, at least at the level, at the official level, the campaign for who succeeds John Dramani Mahama as presidential candidate of the NDC has not started. There are some people, a few people, who are making statements which suggest that they may be interested. My prescription has been clear and public. And I've said that the president should sack those in his administration who have begun misbehaving, because what they are doing actually amounts to misbehavior. There's a particular minister, and as we sit here, I'm a journalist. I read as many newspapers as I can and so on. I still cannot tell what program his ministry is implementing. I'm still confused about what his very crucial ministry.
Which ministry is that?
I deliberately decided not to mention it.
Right.
Okay. I can't. And then I wake up in the morning, I buy the newspapers and I'm reading, and he's talking about leaders chosen by God, and that if God chooses him, he'll become leader. And so I said, what is wrong with this mad minister? He's mad. You've been given ministerial portfolio, you can't even handle that ministry well now. And then God will make you president over us. What is wrong with you? You understand? So there are those cases, you know, those nut cases. I mean, and I mean it, nut cases. I don't know how he came to the conclusion that he too can be president, whether it is the reflection of himself he saw in the mirror or whatever. But there are those cases, you know, and those cases are extreme. You know, those cases are extreme. A few nutheads, you know, who are making all kinds of claims. You know. No, but you know that what I'm saying is true.
Yes.
Moro, don't you know that what I'm saying is true?
I know.
I mean, and those are nutheads, you know. And my prescription is simple. Sack them. Teach them a lesson. Don't let them mess your legacy. President Mahama, by 2029, is finished as president of Ghana. Yeah. And I think he will never have the opportunity again unless something exceedingly unnatural happens. He will never be president again. Why is he allowing this last 3 years and 4 months to be wasted by some of his appointees? Deal with them, sack them.
Maybe he doesn't see what you see.
Oh, but if he doesn't see what I see, then the country is in trouble.
Yes, because it has started.
He has to see what I'm seeing.
Yes, it has started.
I mean, those people have to be put in their places.
It has started.
You understand? They're suggesting that Julius Debra is organizing Keep Fit class, and therefore
he's
interested.
not organizing. He's accepting invitations to join.
In fact, there's a video I'll give to you.
A Keep Fit club.
Whatever it is.
Yes.
How does that immediately translate into a presidential ambition?
Uncle, there's somebody who went to Medina just this weekend.
Yes.
You've seen the video.
Yes.
There was a gentleman who was speaking.
Yes.
I don't know whether the gentleman deliberately. And then he made a reference.
Yes.
So what?
Yes.
Collins,
this game.
Collins, and that's exactly the point I'm making. Collins, you've been in this game for a long time. I mean, last week, I'm driving through Accra, and somebody actually frantically stops my car. So I stop. And says, I'm disappointed in you.
Hey.
Yes. You have betrayed us and so on. I said, what have I done? You should have offered yourself for president. This man obviously is going gaga. You understand? This man is obviously going gaga. Because I know myself. I know what I want to do and so on. And I'm being president is not one of the things at all. You understand? And yet there's somebody out there who somehow, I don't know how, but somehow, so these things happen.
He didn't ask you to rush to the nearest clinic and
but
have himself checked.
You Collins, tell me that I'm lying. I'm sure there have been many occasions when we've gone to places and people have come to me, oh, honorable Bakope, oh, honorable Ndiye, who be the head of state by all means. Am I lying? Is this what you're going to use for your analysis?
I'm going to see. What I'm using for...
Is this what you're going to
use I'm using for my analysis is what I know.
He suspects it was staged.
Listen, what
he suspects
I know,
so when it happens to him, Collins, it's not staged.
No,
when it happens to Julius Debra, it is staged.
I'm saying, what I'm saying is not hearsay. I know what I'm talking about.
Hey.
Yes.
You sound very confident.
I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about.
So tell us what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. Mr. Julius Debra is preparing to contest.
He told you?
I know. He's prepared to contest.
How did you know?
Mr. Isedu Keita is prepared to contest. I'll show his video. I'll show his video where he's standing and they're taking pictures of him. Okay. I'll show you.
How is that confirmation
I'm saying that video here.
I'm telling you. Isedu Keita is contesting.
Because his people call and said that video we saw is an old video.
Which old video? He's contesting. Everybody knows it. What is the thank you tour he's doing? You don't need anybody to tell you that he's preparing himself for a contest.
The man has spoken.
Mr.
Collins, you doubt him. But he has spoken. He has said that, look, the thank you tour is not to enhance his ambition to become president. And that in the last elections, they adopted a three-pronged approach to campaigning. A team led by the candidate himself, a team led by the running mate, and a team led by the national chairman. As a matter of fact, this is not the first time that approach has been adopted.
The NPP approach did the same.
That approach was adopted, if I remember correctly, in the 2008 elections. And I know where it came from. Okay. So it's an approach which has been repeated since 2008. And if he was the arrowhead of a significant charge in that campaign, why can't he go on the thank you tour?
Okay, so
and that is an explanation he himself has offered.
So Nana Jane should go for a thank you tour.
Why not?
Nana Jane should go for a thank you tour.
Why not? Why? Whether you like it,
there is actually Don Domani is in trouble.
Listen, why? Whether you like it or not, Mr. Johnson Asedu Nketia is the head of the National Democratic Congress. He acts on behalf of the National Democratic Congress in that capacity and has a duty actually to show appreciation to people or groups or communities who work for the National Democratic Congress.
After the president had done the thank you talk.
Making such, your thank you talk. You were insisting that everybody should come on board. And you insisted that your candidate should lead that. You remember the controversy?
Because he was the candidate.
You remember the controversy?
Because he was the candidate. And the practice has been the candidates normally lead the thank you tours. He's the candidate. I am saying that what Mr. Isedu Nketia is doing cannot be downplayed to just being a thank you tour by a national chairman. Because I'm in parliament and some members of parliament are already aligned. We are friends.
Which one of them told you
when I speak to a colleague, I don't have his permission to mention his name. These are personal conversations.
So how do you know that what you are telling us now is true? That you are speaking to a colleague who told you that is
there's certain information you have. I can't doubt you. Because I know
so I don't put that information in the public
domain. No, but what I'm saying, I know what I'm talking about. Who doesn't know the members of parliament who are aligned to Mr. Haruna Idrisu, my very good friend?
Which mention one of them?
Plenty of them.
Mention one.
Plenty of them. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
In a similar vein, somebody can come and sit here and say, I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm busy.
Collins is subverting the Baumia campaign. I have my evidence, and I know what I'm talking about. Would you accept that?
You know that you are going too far on that.
Would you accept that?
I can never subvert.
So how do you accept it?
I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I know what I'm talking about too.
Thankfully, our party will be done with our elections on January 31st.
Before you do that,
January 31st.
I'm still interested. I want to see the pictures that you talked about. I said you get your pictures and videos that you said someone sent to you.
Oh, no problem.
Based on which you...
No problem.
You concluded that he's interested. No, we can put it
Oh, no. I'll send it to you personally.
Really?
Yes.
But there's a certain practice among the communicators of the NPP that I find very interesting. You know, and they all appear sometimes to have the same material for the argument.
Okay. Oh, but I'm different. I mean, I speak my mind sometimes.
The same.
No.
The same.
Okay.
You know,
my point is that
and that's very interesting.
My point is that
and they always keep their phones on in the studio, even though it's against the rules.
Oh my God! Oh, but I always have my phone here.
No, I'm not talking about
me. Okay,
I'm talking generally that all your communicators keep their phones on. Even though it's against the rules.
But there's nothing wrong as a party to have a party position. There's nothing wrong with that.
Monitor the station. So I'm sitting here.
No, there's nothing wrong to have a party position.
Listen.
No, my point
I'm
is that,
sitting here having a discussion with you, and the viewers out there think that the two of us who are discussing, but in reality, there's an army somewhere.
Oh no! I don't think that is.
There's an army somewhere which is listening to what I'm saying. That is not feeding the communicators.
No. I don't think. I don't think that's a fair comment. The point even the NDC, we have a communication bureau.
Examples.
We all have communication bureaus. So sometimes we have a party position that this is our party. That is different from when I come here and there's an issue. Sometimes I decline to comment. That is my personal view. But if there's a party position, I can articulate that party position. If I feel I disagree with the party position, I decline to comment.
Okay.
Yes, you decline to comment. The good thing is that for us, by 31st, we have our candidates.
But there's a danger also in that.
No, whoever.
The danger in that.
Whoever.
Is that the reform of the party is likely to suffer. The danger in that is that eventually you can end up, you can end up with the fan club of whoever, the party can be turned into the fan club of whoever is elected. That's a serious danger.
It's a danger, but you see,
that's a very serious danger which can kill your party.
It is a danger, but Uncle, that will be cured by the delegate, and I know the delegate. Listen, when we came, I remember we came when we were having this John Boedu and what is his name? The current general secretary.
Justin. You don't know the name of your general secretary.
Oh, please, Uncle, say it. I almost said, just escape me. I just spoke to him in the name this morning.
Your general secretary's name can escape you.
Why? What's wrong with that?
And
I've mentioned it.
No, that his name escapes somebody like
oh no, Uncle, it happens. Names can escape. Okay. Justin Kodia. I mean, we all knew where the forces were tilting to, but the delegates knew what they wanted. So I'm saying that yes, you may have. I remember Chairman to me, my very good friend from Ashanti region. He had just won the Ashanti regional chairmanship with an overwhelming vote from Ashanti region. He was trying to whip all the Ashantis into a certain particular area.
Where?
He was with John Boedu. He was fully with John Boedu.
Yeah.
But some people told him that we like you as our chairman, but you don't determine for us who becomes our general secretary. So yes, the risk you are talking about is there. Because then the presidential candidate may have some influence and want to decide on who should be the general secretary. But I can tell you that the delegates know who they want to be their general secretary. And the presidential candidate, if he or she is thinking so, will be shocked. When the party decides, you don't know what happened to Paula Fogo when he went to Tamale.
Okay.
Where the forces were going to. But the general people say, no, we want Paula Fogo. So it changes depending on the mood of the delegates and where the party believes that it wants to go and who they think should support the particular candidates who we've elected.
I see.
Yes.
Now, speaking about national chairmanship, Paula Fogo, I had an interview saying that he's been spoken to sort of contest the national chairmanship position of your party, and that he's seriously thinking about it. He's giving some thought.
Somebody just sent me a message when we were talking about suspension that apparently he was suspended as a chairman and not as a party member.
Not as a party member. Yes. Okay.
So,
okay. I think that clarity is important, or clarification is important. Anyway, let me read
we're talking about national chairmanship, and here I'm not speculating.
Yes.
Like my brother Collins, I'm talking fact. Fact is that many people in the party are urging Boachie Ajakun to become.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
And apparently he's considering.
That's true.
Well,
that's true.
No,
it's also a fact
that's true.
that there are people in the party who are urging Paula Fogo also to contest. That's a fact.
That's true.
I mean, I'm not speculating.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not talking about lonely posters on social media.
When that happens, the whole thing will be thrown.
My good friend Asabi.
Yes.
Asabi Also, very, very strongly interested in contesting for the chairmanship of the party.
The dynamics would then be quite interesting.
Why?
If Mr. Paul Afoko, I mean, names you mentioned, if Paul Afoko, Boache Jako move to contest, that would be a very interesting contest.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no
very,
doubt.
very
Because
interesting
Paul, obviously, will be an interesting candidate because he happens to be on the left of the New Patriotic Party in terms of his ideas and so on. And he's also very, very articulate and so on. Boache Jaku comes with something else which Paul doesn't have. You know, Boache Jaku comes with a certain stickness, you know, to a certain philosophy. I mean, Boache Jaku is a true Dankwa Buzia person. Ideologically, he's on the right. There's no doubt to ideologically, he's on the right. And he appears to have a certain commitment to some principles, you know, and so on. So that's going to be a very interesting contest.
Especially when the new amendment in our constitution makes the chairman of the party the leader of the party, whether we are in power or in opposition.
Yeah,
but whatever happens,
so that makes the person very powerful.
Very, but whatever happens, you know, both of them cannot be played with. I mean, Boache Jaku is not somebody that a president can kick around. Right. It's not possible, no matter who you are. He's going to stick to his guns. He's going to insist on principles and so on. And Afoko is the same.
Right.
You know, Afoko is the same. And it will be interesting, you know. But whatever it is, this would not automatically guarantee victory for you in 2020.
Oh, I'm going to see.
No, but
so let me read.
You know that. Am I lying? Collins, is that not a true statement?
Oh, why should have added that? Yeah. Oh, just analyze them.
Today you have decided that you will tell me what to say. Okay, anytime Moro puts a question, I will keep quiet and look at you and ask you to tell me what to say.
Officially appointed spokesperson for Mr. Kwesi Pratt. Let me read some messages here. So, your very good friend, Kwame Sapwansedu, with the CDD Ghana. Now, he says, please tell Uncle Pratt that I may pee myself if he doesn't stop. I beg him. You know, when you said somebody approached you and said he's disappointed in you and that he's surprised that you're not contesting to become president of this country. And so I'm sure that's why he said, please tell Uncle Kwesi Pratt that I may pee myself if he doesn't stop. I beg him. And then this one from... So Eugene Boache Entry, a former Suminemi. Yes, he's just sent a message. It says, okay, all right. So good morning, Honorable. This is actually meant for me. It's my personal consumption. But thank you very much for that information. Now, Robert Coleman. Yes, I told you, he doesn't miss this show. So he's just sent a message. He said, please tell Collins his jacket shows that he just landed from the UK. Hey, Robert Coleman.
My jacket
he just landed from the UK. Coleman. Anyway, so Master Planner Jr., who is a policy analyst in Kintampo, says 4 years is enough for MPP to bounce back. In 1996, we lost with a votes difference of 1.3 million, but we were able to bounce back in 2000 general elections. The factors today look similar, and inshallah, we'll do it again in 2028 with Dr. Baumia Ami Yarabi, Master Planner Junior Policy Analyst from Kintampo. And then this one, Manche Bruce, the second, who is a senior lecturer at the Takrady Technical University. He says, the moral, I transitioned to Dr. Baumia's team in September 2023, having previously been associated with Alan Chermantin's presidential projects for over 2 decades. Dr. Baumia's notable humility, humanity, honesty, and fervent commitment to excellence render him exceptionally suited for the role. Having worked closely with him for a mere 2 years, I feel a sense of familiarity akin to knowing him for decades. Like Collins noted, I firmly believe he possesses a unique capacity to foster unity amongst diverse factions subsequent to the election. Greetings to Collins and Uncle Kwesi. Please ask him where I can get a copy of his book. He wants to get a copy of Macha Bruce II, Takrade. Now, this one from Simons, who is the Dean of the Parliamentary Press Corps. He says he's also the editor of the Accra Times. He said Mr. Polafoko wasn't suspended as the chairman. The judge in his ruling said to suspend him as the chairman, the party must go back to the delegates to do so. The judge in his ruling said the judge, was suspending Afoko as a member of MPP and that he would automatically become a member of the MPP after the expiration of his chairmanship. So after the expiration, Afoko automatically became a member of the MPP. So that's just to buttress the point you made earlier. Now, okay, Sebastian, I've received your message. I'll do that for you. I've got lots of birthday dedications that I would be reading shortly. So, good morning, Moro. A word about Galamsey. Okay, this one is about Galamsey. And, okay, so Mystic Wonder Inside the Sawame Doji says, good morning to you, Moro, and your panelists. The Nanado-led Dr. Mahmoud Bami MPP performed abysmally. They lost the 2024 general elections disastrously. The MPP is in a comatose stage, and the center cannot hold. Ghana is working again under the able leadership of the tried and tested President John Dramani Mahama. Regards to Chairman Dr. Oliver Kevo of the Eastern Region. Now, Sani Salihu says that I just know that Honorable's pet name is Oreku. Okay, I didn't know. I see. He says, but ask him why they always leave the road between the or something just after the Kwapening to Chichire. You know, he says that who's supposed to fix that? Is it him or Dr. Opoku, Matthew Opoku Prempe? Good morning, Sadi Saliu. I'm not too sure where. So he says the road between just after the Kwapening to Chichire. I don't know what I'm not familiar with that road. Sadi, so that's your question. Now, Carlos from Odududio says that good morning. I think President Mahama is moving too slowly. Most of the candidates contesting for the MPP flag bearership should have been investigated by now because one way or the other, they have engaged in corruption and serious corruption cases. I think exactly why we voted massively for this government, so he should act swiftly and investigate them thoroughly to expose the truth. Carlos from Ododo Tafa in Amra here. Hey, we haven't heard from you in a while. It is more. Good morning. I would tell Honorable Collins that they can apologize to their party members and the party members can forgive them, but the majority of Ghanaians are not ready to forgive them for now. It may take 30 to 40 years for Ghanaians to forget about the incompetence, corruption, nepotism, the hardship they put us through. Also, the arrogance of power Ghanaians witnessed under the leadership of President Akufo-Addo and the Dr. Bame's government for the last 8 years cannot be forgotten. All right. So let's do this. So yesterday there was a big event in Ghana. It was a big demonstration, and the demonstration was led by the youth wing of the NPP. Today's Ghanaian Times captures it. I know that Mr. Kwesi Pratt, for a better part of his life, has been involved in one form of protest or the other, and so he's quite familiar with these things. Now, Eugene Ampiao, I believe, and Elizabeth Nkunku, or Nikunu Bosu, writes that the youth wing of the New Patriotic Party yesterday embarked on a demonstration in Accra to express opposition to what they termed as utilization of state institutions to intimidate and harass opposition members. The protest, titled Yensro Ehunehuna, was organized by the MP's National Youth Wing, led by Salam Mustafa, the party's national youth organizer. The march commenced at the brass spot at Kwame Nkrumah Circle at 6 a.m., proceeded to the police headquarters where a petition was submitted to the Inspector General of Police and the National Secretary, the National Security, and ultimately concluded at the Jubilee House with another petition delivered to the office of the President. The demonstrators and the demonstration was sparked by the arrest and detention of Mr. Kwame Bafu, popularly known as Abronya DC, the party's mono-regional chairman. He was arrested on September 8 and charged with offensive conduct and publication of false news. Although initially remanded for a week, he was later granted bail. The MP Youth Wing said the protest was also responsible for what they termed as harassment of other leading members of the party, including Ashanti Regional Chairman Mr. Bernard Entribo, Chairman Wontumi, and some social media activists sympathetic to the party. Addressing the media, Mr. Mustafa condemned what he called selective justice and state-sponsored intimidation, stressing that the MP youth would not be cowed into silence. He adds that the demonstration was a signal of the party's determination to resist acts they considered unjust. The minority leader in parliament and the entire minority caucus were among senior figures who joined the youth in the march, and in presenting the petitions, the protesters demanded that the police service desist from politically motivated arrests, remands, and investigations which they claimed unfairly targets opposition members. Collins, were you there? Okay.
From the constituency.
Okay, so I'm told we have to take a break. Sorry about that. Sorry about this. So we'll take a break. As soon as we return, I'll give you the floor for you to continue from where you left off. Watch, please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro TV.
Chia winning Nara, me ding edge baby dapa, me dear sonko crane bremo. Now that what you animal would be an egg, Japan, me de bremo. And no any summer spices. Summer spices again, and we will remember various flavors. Ubenya a yako, Ubenya nemchi, you do good jollof muma and we get dead. Ubenya you do quam, you do for you. Hot nako pibito, na Emma with Gianni, and yet dead. When you mean ya, young con your cocotina for Eka.
Down with your communication, you all enjoy Uduba, that salmon spices. One in the essence, no time. I'm to get it. Salmon spices in a side, that is so say. Salmon spices, salmon spices, Yama chicken.
Salmon spices,
In Sanaka in Kitswa, measure 10 grams. You want chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, and jollof, and the flavors of Bebre.
Salmon spices, yes, Saka.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy manful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, and a sansu mama hotel so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Go be from Georgia, be luckiest. From not the pure, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter what you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your goddamn boom. If you're poor, what's that? so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Fellow Akatamansonians, fellow Akatamansonians, fellow Akatamansonians.
So, you're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I have Mr. Kwesi Pratt Jr., who is an elderly statesman and a journalist, and also Collins Adumaku-Mensah, MP for Efija Kwabre North, and also former Deputy Energy Minister. Yes, Collins, I was asking now.
Yesterday, I said I returned yesterday.
Yes.
And so I couldn't join them. I think when I came in the morning, I arrived very early in the morning. I went to Adom a TV as a panelist, so I couldn't join them for the match. First of all, let me congratulate the police. I think they shepherded them quite well. I did not hear of any negative incidents, which is something that we are used to when it comes to demonstration. Of course, they even presented their petition to the same IGP, and I think the coordination yesterday was okay. They also thank the leadership of the party. It's not always easy to bring people together, and to comport themselves the way they did. Demonstrations are part of democratic processes, and everybody has a right to demonstrate, to express a certain frustration. Key amongst them is the issue about the arrests going on. And as a party, we believe that some of the arrests are a little bit too political. Too political. I've always said there's nothing wrong in inviting somebody for questioning. The modus of the Ghana police currently, where they move to people's houses at midnight and all that, even if it has happened in the past before, I think we should move away from that. If you look at what happened to, say, Obama, where they moved to his house around 4 a.m., broke his door just to for him to come and assist in investigations. Things should have been done in a more tidier manner. They went to Mr. Abo's house, and we saw the CCTV video footages where policemen were jumping over walls, entering his house, only to go there in search of Abronye, but Abronye was not there. TikTokers, people being arrested for insulting people. I do not condone or accept insults. It's something that I condemn in all certainty. But I don't think the way to cure that mischief or to cure that problem is to arrest them, keep them for 1 week, 2 weeks before you release them. These are things that I think the Ghana police must watch in order not to create a very wrong narrative, especially when we know of other key members of the NDC or other members of the NDC who do same. When the arrest is selective in nature, then it becomes a problem. But let me use this platform to say that you can make your points as a government communicator, whether you're an NPP or NDC. You can make your points and strongly, forcefully, without insulting any other person. I don't think insults are the right way to go when you want to deal with a matter. And so on that basis, I think even members from my party who are found of using that kind of language, I condemn same. I think that we should try as much as possible to sanitize the system. Unfortunately, our leaders are beneficiaries of all these insults. They are beneficiaries. Just this morning, I was watching a Facebook page of one journalist called Listowell. He normally is on, is it XYZ or one of those?
Listowell Opoku.
Yes. And he's still insulting even the former IGP. He's a murderer and all those things. You know, I've watched other journalists very vociferous in the morning, pure insults. I think we should move away from that. And it will serve the country well if you just make your point without insulting anybody. But at least we should also let the police know that if they want to sanitize the system, their knife should cut on the double side. Targeting one particular side is what will bring about this particular kind of demonstrations. So yes, I want to commend the police for giving protection and allowing citizens to exercise their right to demonstrate. They voiced out their issues, which I feel very legitimate to talk about. And I'm sure the government, having received the petition, will act on them. And then we can take it from there. But congratulations to the demonstrators.
Does yesterday's demonstration include those who threatened to kill the president and his wife? That's Prince Ofuri and I believe Yara Abu or something.
First of all,
is this for them too?
First of all, threatening to kill the president is wrong. I've said it here. I don't think to say that you want to kill the president and the wife is necessary. The cure for that is not to lock the person for 2 weeks.
Right.
That's my point. The cure for that, I don't think, is to lock the person up for 2 weeks. You know, and one gentleman, it was his platform. I think it was a Zoom, this X space. Yeah. And then one of the contributors made that statement. He was rather arrested for almost a week or two. That, I think, is where the challenge is. You know, especially when others are also insulting other political figures from other political parties and not being arrested. Then that becomes a challenge. But the general condemnation of insults is something that we shouldn't mince words with. I don't think that it is proper for anybody to insult in order to make your point.
All right.
I don't think so.
Okay, see.
Well, first, I mean, if you know how to get to Mancha Bruce, I'll make a copy of the book available for him. If you know how to get to him.
Okay.
You know, Mancha Bruce.
He'll text. So Mancha Bruce, we have a copy of the Kwesi Pratt's book for you.
Yeah, Mancha Bruce
please
actually deserves it. I mean, he's one of the keenest followers of this platform.
Yeah.
And has contributed a lot to shaping this platform.
Right.
That's true.
One book for Mancha Bruce is not too much. You know, I think he's entitled to it. Now, the main point is that the right to demonstrate is a constitutional right. Nobody can take it away from citizens. I mean, if you don't sleep well, if you sleep on the wrong side of your body and you wake up, you can decide to hit the streets with a placard. I didn't sleep well yesterday. Nothing should stop you from organizing such a demonstration. So the important thing is that the right to demonstrate is a constitutional right. In fact, in the Constitution, it's an unfettered right. This public order law, which was introduced by the NDC, I think is unconstitutional because it introduces fetters to the right to demonstrate. The drafters of the Constitution did not intend to introduce fetters, you know. But this is something which has to be challenged in the courts, you know, and so on. So that's fine. There is something very significant. The demonstration that happened yesterday, a few years ago, could not have happened the way it happened yesterday. And Collins, you would admit. For example, the Flagstaff House area was pronounced as a security area, and demonstrators were not allowed to go there. Yesterday, these demonstrators managed or were allowed to get to the Flagstaff House to present a petition. And that is significant. A few years back, no demonstrator could have gone to the Flagstaff House to present a petition. Okay, so that's an improvement. Now, Collins talks about people who have been arrested for insulting the president and others. I want him to give us one. There's no such person. Nobody has been arrested and prosecuted for insulting the president. Indeed, the TikTokers who were arrested were those who said that they will kill the president, put his body in a cocoa sack, and behead his wife. That's not insult. That's going way beyond the definition of insult. So please, let's use the appropriate language in order that those who listen to us will get the message clearly. Nobody has been arrested for insulting the president. So that's clear. Okay? And indeed, all those who were arrested were charged under relevant laws. That is the process. In court, the judges may decide that they are innocent, and they will go home. You understand? It's not a problem for me. Again, the laws of Ghana are clear. You cannot hold persons who have been arrested for whatever offense beyond 48 hours without, putting them before a court of law. That's clear. It's the law, and we should follow it. However, if you are arrested and charged before a court, and there's a bail condition, and you cannot fulfill that bail condition, you stay in cells. That's also lawful. You understand? So I'm insisting that we should follow the law, and I'm insisting that to the extent that it is possible, and it should be a very wide extent, the deliberate politicization of arrests and so on is as much a problem as arbitrary arrest. Look, I was shocked to the marrow when the guy who threatened to kill the president and behead his wife and keep his dead body in a cocoa sack was actually allowed to pay a courtesy call on Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia, who expressed the party solidarity with characters like this. I mean, that's amazing. That is shocking.
No, Uncle, see, then that's why I made a caveat. The guy had a conversation on X Space. The person who said he was going to kill the president was not the guy. He was only picked up because he created that platform. So the guy who went to visit Dr. Bawumia was not the one who said he was going to kill the president and cut off the wife's head and put in a sack. There's a difference.
Collins, you're a lawmaker.
No, there's a difference.
Hold on. You're a lawmaker. You know that those who offer their platforms for libel are equally liable.
Yes,
you know that.
Yes,
you know that those who offer their platforms for inciting hate are equally liable.
Yes, Madam Kwesi, it is.
That is what the law says.
Yes, Madam Kwesi,
I
know that, but it's important that we put it in context. Madam Kwesi, this guy had created a platform on X. Many people joined the feed. The guy who created the platform cannot control what this person says. So this person says it on the platform. You arrest the person who created the platform.
What did he do after it was said on his platform?
I think somebody told me that.
What did he do after it was said on his platform?
Let's put this in a context.
Because
let's put it in
I'm talking to you as a professional.
Yes.
You understand? When your platform is used for such purposes, immediately you have to make the effort to restrain the person who is authoring those words, hate, whatever. And then you have to publicly disassociate yourself from the statement. And to the extent that is possible, you have to take that material from your platform and apologize to the victim. That is the only way you exonerate yourself. You understand? So simply saying that, I only created a platform, somebody came and used the platform, is no excuse. You have liability.
Yes, but when I get you. But when you say the guy who said he will kill the president,
there were two people who were arrested. There were two people who paid the courtesy call on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and I listened to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's statements very clearly. At no stage did he condemn hate speech when he received them in his presence. At no stage did he say that, look, those who host platforms should ensure that their platforms are healthy and so on. I mean, it's serious. To sit on social media and to threaten to kill a sitting president, behead his wife, and put their bodies in a cocoa sack is an offense anywhere in the world.
I agree with
including Konsomokaya.
I agree with you, Uncle.
Including Konsomokaya.
I agree with you.
Including everywhere.
I agree with you perfectly. I
so
agree with you.
To also create the impression that as for party people, they do no wrong. And that when party people do wrong, they should not be arrested. I think it's a problem for democracy.
No, I
do you understand? Because are you saying that all those people who have been arrested since January 7th are innocent? Or there's no basis for arresting them? Can you say that?
I'm going to say, as for me, I condemn hate speech in no uncertain term. But I'm saying that when you are categorical that the person who said he was going to kill the president and the wife was embraced by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, that cannot be factual because the gentleman himself did not utter that statement. Because it's very, very serious. If indeed the person who said, I'll kill His Excellency, I'll kill the wife, put them in a sack, comes to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Even kill is more decent than what they said.
Yes.
So, behead the president's wife
and
put their body in a cocoa sack.
Absolutely, it's wrong.
How can that be tolerated?
It's wrong, Angwesi. It is wrong. It's wrong. But the gentleman in question was not the one who uttered that. The gentleman is a known MPP activist. He's a known MPP activist. But I'm saying that those words were not his words. It was a platform, X-platform, Spaces, and then this thing happened. So I'm going to say I condemn, on certain terms, this kind of thing. But see, the problem I have is that.
But do you get the point?
I get the point.
Some of these things are not insults. I
get the point.
It's difficult for me to repeat some of the things which have been said, which are very, very offensive. But please, excuse me, this is just for the point of illustration, So please excuse me, let me do this. When a member of your party, a National Executive Council member of your party, not a foot soldier and so on, sits on television and says, for example, that Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman is not a fancy, she's an imposter. And that she actually comes from the north. As if coming from the north is a crime.
Yeah.
And that she actually comes from the north. And that she's the concubine or secret wife of John Mahama and so on. Would you consider this just insults? And this is not an ordinary party member. This is a member of your national executive. I mean, unbelievable. So please, tell your people to stop misbehaving. Because some of them do misbehave.
I am with you. I am with you perfectly about misbehavior. My only problem is that there are other misbehaviors going on other platforms.
All misbehaviors are misbehaviors.
But you see, and so all those people must be arrested, must be called. If you leave others and call other people, then there's a problem.
Masa,
that's the point I'm making.
If anybody makes the threat to behead you or behead Akumpreku and put his body in a cocoa sack, they should be arrested in much the same way that these other people have been arrested.
Thank you.
But so far, can you tell me
worse things have been said?
Mention one.
Oh, I'm going to see the least person that they talk about. Akufo-Addo. I'm telling you, there are videos.
What did you say? Say it. I want to hear.
Akufo-Addo, he's going to die. I have videos. He knows what I'm talking about. Yes. Listen, there's a journalist on another platform who insults Akufo-Addo on a daily basis every morning. Every morning. To the extent that they say, Akufo-Addo Jimifo. We say it here. People do say it.
Who's this person saying he'll kill
As for insults, it was at the time when Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was Attorney General that the law criminalizing insulting the president was repealed. So you cannot make that case.
So it's okay?
No, we don't like insults.
Who's journalist who said he killed Akufo-Addo?
Colin, who's the journalist?
Senior.
I'm curious.
If you want to, Listowell, if you want me to send you the video, do that.
Yes.
Listowell
is not a journalist.
Hey, so who is he?
It's Listowell.
Oh, at best, he's a social commentator.
It's Listowell a journalist.
So you invite other social commentators?
Well, I haven't heard him say he'll kill.
Oh, please.
You have that video?
I have plenty of unprintable words.
Do you have it on
unprintable words?
No, I'm talking about the one specific to him.
Bro, I'm telling you that
have it on your phone?
don't let us be selective in our punishment of wrongdoing.
No, but you see,
that is what the problem is.
To strengthen your case.
But you are making a specific allegation that there's a gentleman called Listowell
do that.
who has threatened to kill Akufo.
Is
that true?
Listen, even this morning.
I've just asked him to
listen, I'm crazy. Even this morning, this same Listowell gentleman on his Facebook page. Let me show you what he has written.
He threatened to kill you.
Listen, it is very sad to see MPP leave the Medra, Dampare, and demonstrate against the hard-working Yowono.
Who said that?
This morning, I have it here.
Yeah, but that one.
I have it here.
Massa.
I have it here.
Massa, I am very uncomfortable about this. But that one is up to Dampare to sue for libel.
That's what he says.
How can you call anybody a murderer?
That's what he says.
How can you call anybody a murderer? Just like that.
Yes.
Murderer. Abba. Why?
Just this morning.
But this is bad enough. But it's not as grave as I'll kill the president and behead his wife.
Right.
This is not acceptable. Clearly not acceptable.
Thank you.
But you would admit that it's not as grave as I will kill the president and behead his wife and put their bodies in a cocoa sack.
That one is wrong. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. It's not acceptable for you to say you want to kill the president.
When you were all right. Well, you know, when you were describing Listowell as a journalist, you know what I was thinking? I was saying that, well, you appear on our platform as an MP, you represent the MPP. I don't know whether anybody can even say that you're a journalist just because you're expressing your thoughts on a matter. Listowell, like I said, to the best of my knowledge, is a social commentator. I don't know him as a journalist. So this is the Listowell, posts on, I believe he's on Facebook, isn't it? So he says, it is very sad to see MPP leave the Medra, Dampare and demonstrate against the hard-working Yowono. But it's a personal allegation is made against Dampare.
But this is not
allowed. No, it is.
It's not
No, it's
allowed.
serious.
It's
very bad. I totally
case.
agree with you.
I mean,
it's totally unacceptable.
How do you call anybody a murderer?
Yes.
And if you know somebody is a murderer, why haven't you reported him to the police?
Yes. No, it is.
I mean, this is clearly unacceptable. Clearly unacceptable.
Okay. So I guess that, let me read some messages and then, so this one here from Amin in Taman says, good morning. Let us remind ourselves about Sofo Azoka, Kevin Taylor and others. Tomorrow is pregnant. That's from Amin. And Moro, let Uncle Kwesi Pratt know that the guy who was arrested, Fanti Comedy, was not the one who made such hate speech. He hosted a TikTok live, and in that process, someone came on to make such comment. However, Fanti Comedy came out to apologize, and there are videos to that effect, so Uncle Kwesi should get the facts right. But you didn't add your name, unfortunately. The person who sent this message. In fact, Collins had said, oh, okay, so Maxwell, you've just sent that message. So Uncle Kwesi has... Sorry, Collins sort of clarified that point, so we've heard that. Now, this one, Alfred Kojo Triddles sends a message, but Alfred, your message is too long. Next time, just make it short. Now, he says, good morning. I want to express my deepest dissatisfaction concerning calls by the largest opposition party on alleged harassment of its members. Indeed, it could be recalled prior to election 2024 that Ghanaians expressed varying levels of dissatisfaction and disaffection with regards to how most appointees of the then MPP government under the leadership of Akufo-Addo was running the economic affairs of Ghana. Notable amongst them was the past Minister for Finance, Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta. These opinions expressed by citizens prior to election 2024 largely affected and reflected the outcomes of the election. Subsequently, the ruling NDC government formed the opposition, recover all loot, and goes on and on. But here he says, good morning, Moro. I want to express my... Okay. So recover all loot and is not targeted at any individual, but to instead curb corruption and abuse of office and put appointees in check. This action by President John Dramani Mahama may, of course, not be friendly or tasteful to appointees who fall foul to the dictates of their offices and need to be held accountable for the stewardship of which his own appointees are part. Alfred Kojo Trido sent that, Okay. So someone just sent a message, says, are you aware that Listowel has always been MPP, an MPP member? The person wants me to find out from you. Now, Mancha Bruce is back. You promised him a book, so he's back. He says, please extend my warmest appreciation to Uncle Kwesi for his kindness. Professor Eric Bruce Amate Jr., Dean of Students Affairs, Takrady Technical University, P.O. Box 256, Takrady. That's his address. So I'll forward it to you, sir. He said, please, that's my address. I think he can't wait to read that book.
I'll give it to you to send.
That's fine. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do anything for you, Uncle Kwesi. So Makojo Boafo is also a regular viewer based in the United States of America. He says, good morning, Moro. Arrest and putting you before the judge within 48 hours might be lawful, but when the bill condition stipulates that you show a 10-acre cocoa farm in Labadi before you are set free, it's a problem. Bill conditions are becoming excessive. We must talk about it soon. You'll be asked to post a bail of triplets, knowing very well you don't have triplets. Mark in USA sent that message. Sani Saliu is back. He says the buzzing soundtrack in Honorable Estate Nketiah's video metaphorically signals a threat, like a mosquito ready to sting hard. It's bars not scary enough for the opposition parties by 2028. Saliu, are you in? Anyway, let me keep my question to myself. So Musa Batwana says, "More ask Uncle Kwesi Pratt about the copy of his book. I was promised on Pan-African TV because I haven't received it all. However, I'm going to petition the police to arrest the organizer of yesterday's demonstration because they acted against the law by staging the We and Red protest. Videos clearly show some demonstrators admitting they were misled into attending meetings, while others said they were told the government had banned We, prompting them to demonstrate against it. This turned out to be the most useless demonstration ever in the history of this country. My regards to Honorable G-Laws Deborah." Now, speaking about some of the people who attended the demonstration, we saw some videos of some persons who were actually saying that they didn't even know why they were there. And then there was one chap who said, yes, he had also heard that. It's true. I think I saw that video. Yeah, I saw it. Right. I think I saw it. You saw that video too. Yes. And I thought it was quite interesting. Anyway, so
I'm joining without knowing the reasons he gave for that.
Right. So Tafai Namra has back. He says, we should, no, there's another video, not this one. Right. You know the video. So this one says, Moro, please correct Honorable Collins for me. He's giving people misinformation. Those guys were not arrested because of their insult. They were arrested because they made a threat and an allegation against people, including the President of the Republic and the head of the security agency. Now, Alhaji Hamza Pig Farm says that, good morning, my brother Moro. As much as we're talking about the MPP primaries, we should also be thinking ahead of our own, which is yet to come. But I'm happy to see that President Mahama would not be interested in the contest. But my brother, I can assure you one thing, that it is not going to be business as usual. I don't think the issue of monkey they work and babu they chop would have a place again in our elections. We should not sell our opinions for penny. 2028 fact brush of the NDC is going to be an interesting one and full of surprises. More currently, some of the appointees of this government are full of arrogance and disrespect to the grassroots, which is going to have a serious effect on the party come 2028, unless they change their behavior towards the grassroots. More, I'm watching you from the beginning of the program with keen interest. Now, Prosper Ashikwe, a very good friend of mine. Prosper. Bro, how do you? Okay. So this one says that, good morning. I like Collins and his analysis. Sometimes the fact that he first and foremost commended the police, which is something any well-meaning Ghanaian would subscribe to, is something anybody would commend. Kudos to him. However, his use of the word shepherd is very, very suggestive and problematic. Moro, you know what shepherds do, right? Okay. I don't want to look for trouble for Honorable Collins. If you don't get it, forget about it. Now, there is a clear difference between insults, character assassination, and threats, and the police is clothed with constitutional powers to deal with them. Like I've said, this MPP Kayaye demonstration goes way beyond the arrest of Arbonia. MPP is simply afraid of what's after them, their own shadows. That's from Prosper Ashikwe. Now, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo sends a message. He says, I'm surprised at Honorable Adumako Mensah's argument today on the television in regard to certain wrongs that have been done by certain individuals in a party MPP. I see him as a young, promising man, and he should not destroy his integrity. Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo. Doc, you probably should have added exactly what he said that you have a challenge with, so that he can either clarify, and if he has to apologize, he would have. So, Doc, we'll be more than glad to hear you tell us exactly what issue you have.
His number?
Yes, I do. I'll send it to you so you can call it. Now, Mansa Musa says, Moro, it's about the selectivity of the justice which is creating impunity. In any serious jurisdiction, Kennedy Japan would have been kicked out of politics and out of public long ago. That's our problem. Good morning from Mansa Musa. All right, so let's watch some of these videos and we'll come back. Okay, let me do this first rather. So on YouTube, Amaria One is back. It looks like she or he, I don't know the person is, but the person watches the show regularly. It says, that same guy made another video accusing GM and NDC for the plane crash. All right. Yes, I saw that where he was talking about Sami Jemfi and so on. There's also James Apeja. He says he's watching us on YouTube. Good morning, Boro and Uncle Kwesi. Perhaps I'm enjoying the in-depth analysis of Uncle. But the sound sometimes goes down. Oh, would let our technical team know and then they'll sort it out.
But you know that problem.
Yes. It's
the bandwidth.
It's a bandwidth issue.
The bandwidth.
Yeah.
I mean, our satellite providers sometimes don't treat us fairly.
Right.
The bandwidth is just too small.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right. That's what causes the problem. They should do more. Now, Yao February says the youth wing. So he's watching on Facebook. The youth wing of the MPP must be commended for expressing their dissatisfaction through a peaceful demonstration and presenting their thoughts of petition to the right authorities. All right. So I guess that we're done with the messages on social media. All right. So let me just do this quickly. So McLean from Sefiwe also says, good morning, Mo, right? The growing intimidation aimed at silencing discussions on the pressing issues confronting our country is both alarming and unacceptable. This dangerous trend exposes the true colors of President John Mahama and the NDC surrogates. It is deeply disheartening that only a few months into office, John Mahama and the NDC members are already struggling to uphold the very principles they loudly championed while in opposition. Such a shift is not only sad, but also a serious threat to the democratic values we cherish as a country. All right, so, Carlos. Oh, gosh. On the issue of Abonia, even Nana B and Nana Z, who is calling for street protests, should have been arrested long ago. We've been waiting for that. I also believe Afenyo Markin's arrest is long overdue. Yoko and the police CID wrote to the speaker requesting the release for questioning, yet the speaker keeps delaying. Some NDC members are part of the problem. What are we waiting for? Action is needed now. Carlos from do. All right. So I guess that, are the videos ready? If they're not ready, then... All right, so we can...
But let me say that, the request for my book, Multiplying All the Time.
Okay.
It's available on Amazon.
Okay.
So easy to get on Amazon. And also at the Freedom Bookshop.
Okay.
And the Freedom Center. So, as for friends, if you ask me, I'll give you. But if it's a multitude, it becomes a problem.
Yes.
So, that's it.
All right, so let me end with Kalio Man from Y. He says, Nana, is the name good morning. Did I say Nketa telling one he's going to contest for presidency? Why did people not complain when he was campaigning alone to win the general elections? Why are people worried, especially the NPP? For God's sake, he's the party chairman and can do anything for the party to win the next elections. All right.
And also the video that you played.
Okay.
I think we should check to see whether it's authentic or not.
Oh, okay. Or whether it was doctored, eh?
Yeah, parts of it seemed to me like AI generated.
Okay.
Especially the last point where he's supposed to be bowing his head.
Right.
Check it.
Okay, that's fine.
It may not be authentic.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Obviously,
yes,
thank you so very much for joining us. And also, Collins, thank you.
Smart, bold, unapologetic. This is Annie Ampafo.